Watch the Sam Bourquin Show on the AM 1310 Facebook page, the Q92 YouTube page, and on X. This is the Sam Bourquin Show on AM 1310 WDPN.
Chargers going to go for it on 4th and 2. And it's Lance throwing up top, touchdown. Brought in by Will Dissly. He had 2 last year. And the 8th-year tight end. Reynolds, good cut inside. And Craig Reynolds takes it in for a Detroit touchdown. In the air, left field. All the way back. They tied it. 8 runs on 8 straight hits off the mat. It's 11-11. Down the fly ball. This carries back. It keeps carrying back. It is gone. Cal Raleigh with a rainmaker just over the wall in right field. Down the fly ball. This carries back. It keeps carrying back. It is gone. Cal Raleigh with a rainmaker just over the wall in right field.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Sam Bourquin Show. We are broadcasting from the Pro Football Hall of Fame Fan Fest today. We can look to our right. We can see everything that's going on I-77. We look to our left. There is the beautiful Pro Football Hall of Fame. We look behind us. There is the beautiful Pro Football Hall of Fame at Tom Benson Stadium. We look ahead, and you can see Fan Fest and food trucks and pop and beer and entertainment and bands and interviews and Hall of Famers. It's all going down right now here in the Hall of Fame city. Sam Bourquin, joined by my partner today, Ryan Keller, Q92. Now, I got to confess, I don't know how long I'll be able to sit next to this guy with a Franco or a Jerome Bettis jersey on, but we'll let it slide because we're all football fans. And what does it do? It brings us all together on a beautiful Friday here in the Hall of Fame city. How you doing, my friend?
Good, man. How are you?
I'm better than I was 3 minutes ago. Didn't know if this was going to happen.
That's what happens when you're live on location. You get little bugs you got to work out, and perfect timing.
Does that happen every time on location?
Not every time.
Okay, just checking. High school football's right around the corner. Don't make me nervous. All right, I'll tell you what, we're having a great time. We got out here a couple hours ago. We were a little, I don't want to say we were worried, but we wanted to make sure we had a pretty good parking spot because we could haul in a little bit of thing and getting over to our place and getting set up and getting ready to roll. So a lot of folks on the way in. You know, I timed it out. I didn't have any method to my madness, but I parked up on that lot that we were talking about. And I got out of the car. I got my bag. I got my phone. I got my keys. I got all my stuff. And I'm coming down the hill. And I'm passing, the Nash Center.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, within 15 seconds of me getting there, about 95 or 100 Hall of Famers came out. They all had their light blue Hall of Fame shirts, and they were kind of dressed casual. I know they had some big events going on here today at the Pro Football Hall of Fame. And I said, man, I couldn't have timed that any better. Jim Kelly was coming out. Earl Campbell was coming out. And just like one by one, it was like a parade. And all of a sudden, people said, oh, that's all. And everybody, boom, just trampled me, and they're trying to get their phones up, and they're trying to do this and that. I said, oh, that turned out pretty well. So I got to see a lot of the Hall of Famers just kind of casually walking out of the hall, going to their next set of events. Of course, the big dinners tonight down at the Canton Civic Center. Keller's going to he'll be there enjoying that. And this is your – how many have you been to? You've been to a few of these, haven't you?
This is like 3 or 4 years in a row, and then I had gone to a couple and took a couple years off. So I think I've been to about 5 or 6, if not more, of the Gold Jacket dinners. I thoroughly enjoy it. I love going there. It's one of my favorite events. So very much looking forward to tonight. It's always a great meal too. And like when I talked to you yesterday, you get all of them in one place, and they're all standing there, and the new class members walk down the tunnel, essentially of Hall of Famers, and they get their jacket. It's the first time they're officially considered Pro Football Hall of Fame? Or what's the first piece of their enshrinement?
Yeah, it's. I have not been to the dinner for a long time, and basically because of work, doing the afternoon show and this and that and the other. It's just haven't had the opportunity to go. Hopefully down the road someday get to check that out. But I go back to when they used to have the mayor's breakfast. I don't even, you might not even been born yet.
No.
And that was that was like the signature event, and that was also. This was during a time at the Canton Civic Center. You had the breakfast in the morning, get people in, get people out. You had the fashion show at 12:30, get people in, get people out. Then you had to turn it around a third time and get ready for the dinner.
Jeez.
It was organized chaos, but they always figured it out. It always went off without a hitch, and that was like that. That was the centerpiece then.
Yeah.
That was when it was just football's greatest weekend. It was pretty much a 3-day celebration, 2-day celebration, and that was it. Obviously, it's a lot different now. It's 10, 11, 12 days, weeks ahead of time, and doing all kind of different things, which is good because it brings more people in, and we just have more fun. It's a cool thing, cool area to be around, and cool place to be. But I actually went to the one and only mayor's breakfast that I went to was in '85.
The year I was born.
And no kidding.
Yeah.
Wow. Jeez. Thanks.
I would have if it was in August, the first weekend of August, I would have been about a month old.
Yeah. So that was the first and only that I went, and I was able to go because my dad, who was a car salesman for one of the dealerships then, they always got tickets to it, and he brought me in. It was like it started at 7 in the morning. I remember getting up at 5:30, trying to look halfway decent, and getting there, and I was like, what are we having for breakfast today? I mean, I was like, starving. I was, let's see, what did I say, 85?
Yeah.
I was like 15. I'm like, I'm starving. He goes, well, there's Danish, and there's orange juice and coffee. So we'll go somewhere after it's over. Okay, cool. And I got to see the guys and get the jackets, and that was that. I'd have to probably revisit that now because we've had some really cool classes since. But that class was Joe Namath, Roger Staubach, Frank Gatsky, OJ, and I forget the other. And I thought, man, this has got to be the greatest class ever. And I actually got the centerpiece that day.
Oh, there
it was
you go.
A pewter bank in the shape of the Hall of Fame, Pro Football Hall of Fame with the logo on it. Still have it. I drop change in it to this day at home, so it's pretty cool.
I have a couple of the Steins.
Yes, I have a Stein.
Fortunate enough to get a couple of the Steins. The one year I didn't get to go. We were on vacation, and my wife's company offered tickets to her late, and we were in Delaware, so I gave the tickets to my sister and my brother. It was the year Bettis went in, and I was so upset that I didn't get to go, but my sister actually won the Stein. And she gave it to me, which was really cool. So I think I've got 3 or 4 of them. At home from Gold Jacket dinners. And it's funny too. You were talking about the turnaround at that event.
Oh, it was nuts.
I walked in. I parked on the other side up by the dome over there.
Okay.
And I'm walking past the stadium, and I took a picture and sent a text to my buddy, and I'm like, it's crazy to think that they played a football game here last night.
Right. With 20,000 people.
Yeah.
A completely different setup.
Yeah.
Different everything. And you walk by there today and go, huh.
Yeah, the flooring's,
what's going on here?
Flooring's down there now. They got the tables and the chair set up for the enshrinement tomorrow and for the concert on Sunday. And I was blown away by the amount of work that they would have had to have done overnight to get it all cleared up and cleaned out and get that flooring down and everything. Just kudos to everyone here at the Pro Football Hall of Fame for getting that switched over as quickly as they did.
Because those guys, I'm pretty sure, were all working while we were asleep.
Yeah.
I mean, it's in a 4 hour. You got to get things turned around, and you got to get them turned around until 6 o'clock. And because we are on location today, we will not be able to take any phone calls during the show. So I won't put the numbers out there today. You can text in I believe. And we have Mr. Rensberger read those back for us at 330-924-7088. Again, the WDPN text line is 330-924-7088. Sam Bourquin, Ryan Keller, live here, a special edition of the Sam Bourquin Show on AM 1310 WDPN. So, Ryan and I were lucky enough to hang out at the stadium last night, be down on the field, getting some photos, Facebook Live. We got to go upstairs and grab a little food and drink and take some more photos and just kind of watch everything unfold. And, of course, preseason game number 1, score doesn't mean anything, 34-7 Chargers. But what was your take on the whole night last night? I mean, we were arm's length away from Jim Harbaugh, and his team came out firing last night. And old Trey Lance was throwing it around the yard a little bit last night, wasn't he?
Nah, yeah, he absolutely was. And we had just gotten up to the press box and sat down, and then your touchdown. And we were like, well, that was quick. It was right down the field on that opening drive to Disley. But no, it was really cool in the media. Even though we're local media, you get all this national media around, and you're still kind of starstruck.
Yeah.
And we had the chance, another friend of mine that works for Visit Canton, Will Brenza, him and I were talking with Jack Collinsworth about Notre Dame football, and a bumping elbows with Mike Tirico. I told him how much I enjoyed him, and just being down there with, technically in the same field, but theirs is much bigger.
A little bit.
And, being able to talk to them and just to be down there and so close to the players, I was astonished by, when you're watching it that close at field level, how quick they are, how strong Jared Goff's arm was, because he was, even though he didn't play, he was warming up beforehand, and how big some of the offensive defensive linemen are. It's
behemoths.
Unbelievable.
I mean, and I forget who was the last guy who came out of the tunnel for Detroit last night. Number 70.
Yeah.
He looked like Stone Cold Steve Austin, but like 2 times the size. And I can't remember his name. It's right on the tip of my tongue. And I'm like,
Skipper.
Yes,
Dan,
it was
Dan
Skipper. And he ran out on the field last night, and I'm like, oh, my God, this guy is as big as a tower.
Yeah, 6'10".
Yeah, that's it.
6'10", 334 pounds.
Unbelievable.
And you see him playing on TV, and you're like, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
And then you see him in person, and you're like, oh, my gosh.
It was
a big man.
Unbelievable to watch him go out there like that. That was really cool. So, yeah, we were actually right by the field entrance to the field of the locker rooms for both teams. So we were this close to being run over, actually.
Yeah.
So we kind of took our life in our own hands last night, but it all worked out. And great crowd last night. I don't know if it was sold out, but it was looked pretty full last night. And I did not plan on staying until the end, but I did, and I think it's because I went outside and I just sat in one of the gold seats up there at the club level. It was such a beautiful night. I said, you know what? I'm just going to hang out here, take a few more pictures, post a few things, and enjoy this football weather tonight. And then I started to look around, and I saw people with hoodies. I saw somebody with a ski cap. I'm like, whoa. It's only 63 degrees. What are you doing?
They must have been Chargers fans.
They must have been. I'm like, they weren't from Detroit, I can tell you that. Because Detroit, all of it, we're used to that. But we got down into the low 60s last night. There was a little bit of breeze, and some people were shivering. I got a good chuckle out of that last night, watching the fans just kind of mill around the stadium as the game went, and everybody just kind of headed off to their cars, and nothing but taillights on Fulton, Broad, Clairview, Demington. We've all been through that before. So, but it was fun. I hope you enjoyed all of our stuff on our social media platforms last night: Instagram, Facebook, X, Q92 Radio page on YouTube. We had a lot of fun last night. I know the fashion show was earlier today at the Camp Memorial Civic Center, Cultural Center, and of course tonight's the big dinner. Tomorrow it's the grand parade. I believe it steps off at 8 a.m. on Cleveland Avenue downtown. We're looking forward to being a part of that. And then the enshrinement is at 1. And then we got some other duties over the weekend, shuttle stops, concert and giving away things and being a big social media presence for the area. And we have a great relationship here, of course, with the Pro Football Hall of Fame on WDPN and our sister station, Q92. And it's all coming together, man.
Yeah,
it's good to see. It's a lot of fun.
A lot of work, not just for us. I mean, the Hall of Fame, you know, Rich DeRocha has been on your show. He joins the morning show on Q92 once a week. And just to hear them talk about all the preparations that lead up to this. And shout out to all the volunteers, too. There are so many people who donate their time just to do little things and sit at loading docks or make sure people aren't coming in. And, you know, all the people you see at the dinners and stuff, 99% of them are volunteers who just want to be part of this incredible weekend here in Canton. And I love it. I'm excited for it. And, you got everything going on tomorrow and tonight. You think you're like halfway through, and you're like, no, there's still a whole lot left
Still a lot to go.
weekend.
And then the concert comes to an end, and you're like, what happened?
Yeah.
It's over. It's gonna. I know there's the drum and bugle, I think Monday. It's like, man, where did, like, last night, say, like, when they kicked off from 8 o'clock Thursday night to like 11 o'clock Sunday night is over.
Yeah.
And that's it. And then it's back to reality. And you're like, no, please, folks, don't leave. Don't leave our city. We love having you here. This is fun. But that's what makes it so special, because it always, in some way, shape, or form, it always leaves you wanting a little bit more when it's over.
Yeah.
And when you can do that, that's when you got the magic. And I think that's what we got.
Yeah, and it's cool to talk to the people from out of town who come in for this event. On the sidelines last night, talking to the person who is in charge of the Detroit Lions mascot social media account, and just chatting up with her. And I was like, is this your friend Canton? She's like, yeah. I go, what'd you think? She goes, it's been so great. She's like, it's just been so much fun to be down here. And that's what you hope people take that away from the city and just the whole experience, because it really is something that, we granted living here, but the people who come in down, it might be their first time at the hall. It might be their time in Canton, and you want them to enjoy themselves as well.
Yeah. I got a favor.
Yeah.
You know what time it is?
It's 3:28.
3:28. Okay, good. I can't. The sun is so bright, I can't read my monitor, my phone.
And we couldn't put the tent up because there have been crazy gusts of winds that have come through here. Now
of course, it's unbelievable. All right, so we got about 2 minutes. I'll try to hit that mark as closely as I can. But we'll be here until 6 o'clock tonight. There is tons of food here, tons of drinks, tons of entertainment. We had one, to our left.
I just saw.
One of my favorites too. And of course, things will keep on rolling tonight, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and then the Tuesday is kind of when it all wraps up. And then I don't know about you, but I was
Now, the latest area news on AM 1310 WDPN.
Good afternoon. It's 3:30. Jeffrey Epstein's former girlfriend, Ghislaine Maxwell, has been moved from a federal prison in Florida to a prison camp in Texas as her criminal case generates renewed public attention. The Federal Bureau of Prisons said today that Maxwell was taken to Bryan, Texas, but did not explain the circumstances. Her attorney confirmed the move, but also declined to discuss the reasons for it. Maxwell was convicted in 2021 of helping Epstein sexually abuse underage girls and was sentenced to 20 years in prison. She had been held at a prison in Tallahassee, Florida, until her transfer to the camp in Texas. A weaker than expected jobs report was released today by the Labor Department. Only 73,000 jobs were added last month, below the 100,000 that analysts were expecting. Jobs were also revised downwards for May and June. Economists say businesses are trying to navigate uncertainty caused by the tariff policies from the Trump administration. Chief economist at Numerator, Leo Fieler, weighs in.
This signals that the economy is really treading water, that a lot of companies are being hesitant, are being nervous about expanding given the current economic environment. They are hiring a lot less. But interestingly, the unemployment rate is only at 4.2% right now, which is historically very low. And I think that has to do with changes in immigration policy that have been limiting the supply of workers joining the labor force or being able to join the labor force.
President Trump's Mideast envoy has visited a food distribution site in the Gaza Strip operated by an Israeli-backed American contractor whose efforts to deliver food to the hunger-stricken territory have been marred by violence and controversy. International experts warned this week that a worst-case scenario of famine is playing out in Gaza. Israel's nearly 22-month military offensive against Hamas has shattered security and made it nearly impossible to safely deliver food to starving people. Mideast envoy Steve Witkoff and U.S. Ambassador to Israel Mike Huckabee today toured a Gaza Humanitarian Foundation distribution site in the city of Rafah, which has been almost completely destroyed and is now a largely depopulated Israeli military zone. Air quality has been poor in the Midwest due to wildfires in Canada. On Thursday, Chicago had the worst air quality in the world, and today, ABC News meteorologist Kenton Jawecki says it's also affecting areas as far away as Colorado.
Denver seeing it pretty badly, but then we have Minnesota, Wisconsin, and parts of Kansas and Missouri that hasn't seen a lot of it yet. They're going to see it today. So expect these lower air qualities. It could actually impact you even if you don't have asthma. You could see it even then.
It's 75 degrees in Alliance at 3:32. This is WDPN News. I'm Jeff Mears.
Here's the latest forecast on AM 1310 WDPN.
Sunny and breezy conditions in the forecast for this afternoon with a high around 78 degrees. For tonight, mostly clear skies, a low 52. Saturday, sunshine, a high near 79. More sun on Sunday with a high near 82. Monday, sunny, a high of 85. That's your WDPN weather.
Music and intelligence for your life.
No matter what anybody tells you, words and ideas can change the world.
I'm John Tesh, and we couldn't be happier about bringing you intelligence for your life every day. We have a room full of researchers gathering the information and ideas you need to make your life simpler and better, and to make you the smartest person in the room. Join me for Music and Intelligence for Your Life, 10 to 3, Monday through Saturday, only on AM 1310 WDPN.
You heard it on the John Tesh Radio Show.
Standing at the edge of a rocky shore, you breathe in the cool, salty air, watching the sun disappear on the horizon. Across the globe, someone begins their day along a sandy beach, listening to the rhythm of the crashing waves. You each envision a world beneath the water, vibrant life in every imaginable form. Now, imagine it's all gone. What was once a place of wonder and beauty is now a dull, lifeless wasteland. Food, jobs, medicine, all gifts from the ocean, all gone. Time is running out to protect our oceans, and without our love, everything the oceans provide can and will disappear. It's our choice. Love it or lose it. Help protect our oceans. Visit World Wildlife Fund at wwf.org/love.
The historic Akron Goodyear Theater is pleased to present a very special evening of songs and stories with the legendary Graham Nash, performing classics from his 60-year career this Tuesday at 7:30 p.m.
Teach your children well, their fathers held did slowly go by.
Don't miss this extraordinary chance to see the Rock and Roll Hall of Famer perform songs and share stories about his iconic hits from the Hollies and Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young, as well as his storied solo career.
Our house is a very, very, very fine house with 2 cats in the yard. Life used to be so hard.
So join us this Tuesday at the Goodyear Theater for a must-see performance by Graham Nash. Tickets available at the Goodyear Theater box office and Ticketmaster.com.
Our troops overseas will always miss their loved ones throughout the year. Let them know you miss and support our troops by sending a care package. This message courtesy of Quick Fix Mobile Welding, proudly serving our area with excellence. For all of your residential and commercial custom fabrication and welding needs, call 330-529-9810. That's 330-529-9810. Quick Fix Mobile Welding, on the air, reminding everyone to please send a military care package.
This place has a pulse. You hear it in the canopy, feel it in the ground. Life, fully illuminated, engulfs you. From the birds singing in the treetops above to the tiniest insects in the soil below, you take a deep, cleansing breath, filling your lungs with the essence of the forest. Now, imagine it's all gone. Healthy, life-giving forests reduced to nothing. No singing birds, no lush canopy, and water and food in short supply around the world. Time is running out to protect our forests, and without our love, they can and will disappear. It's our choice. Love it or lose it. Help protect our forests. Visit World Wildlife Fund at wwf.org/love.
In classrooms across the country, chronic absenteeism is on the rise.
Sophia A., grade 4, absent. Julio M., grade 6, absent.
Aisha S., grade 12.
These absences are often due to the absence of crucial needs, like transportation, healthcare, a working computer, mental health support. The list goes on.
Olivia H., absent. Preston L., absent.
Chloe B., absent.
The reasons why they're absent are very real, and yet the solution is someone present to help them along their path. When site coordinators from communities and schools are on hand, they connect kids to the resources they need. And when they do, 99% of students are present and remain in school throughout the year.
Jacob O., grade 10, present.
Communities and Schools works directly with students, helping them overcome obstacles to succeed in school and in life. Learn more at communitiesinschools.org. Being present matters.
When you're on a holiday, you can't find the words to say all the things that come to you, and I wanna feel it too. On an island in the sun, we'll be playing and having fun, and it makes me feel so fine I can't control my brain. When you're on
Good? Yeah, all right. Kelly welcomes us back again.
Yeah, let's go.
All right. Welcome back, everybody. Hope you didn't leave us. Don't go anywhere. We're going to be with you until 6 o'clock tonight here at the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Hashtag PHHOF. PFHOF.25. That's the big deal.
No, PH?
PF. Pro Football. HOF.com.
Yeah, I thought you said PHFO.
I don't know what you're listening to over there. What are you listening to?
I don't know.
Did we just lose our... What happened?
half of our tent.
Half of our tent.
We decided to put the tent up.
Split in half.
We decided to put the tent up because our equipment is getting hot here.
Yeah.
And thanks to J-Dub from Q92 and Jake for coming over and
Look at
helping
that. You
us
can
out
see
there.
folks, the beauty of this, if you're watching it live, you can watch it live. You can watch all the shenanigans that go on this behind the scenes during a broadcast. Q92 radio page on YouTube and, of course, on X and Facebook, AM 1310 WDPN. Check it out. You get the full experience here on this Friday afternoon of the big 2025 Pro Football Hall of Fame weekend. As I mentioned before, the Fan Fest goes until 6 o'clock tonight. Still plenty of food, plenty of drinks, all kind of great things happening here. So if you're buzzing down 77, or you're buzzing up 77, or you're in and around the Hall of Fame, come on over. Come on by. Say hello. There's plenty of stuff to eat and drink and to do and win. And they got some great music going on down there. My guy DJ Billy Manos is here, and he's been doing this for a long, long time. And of course, this is just another day of the Fan Fest. They got a couple more going this weekend, so make sure you are in the area. You can stop on by and check all the goings on here at the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Sam Bourquin along with Ryan Keller. We were out at the football game last night, and I thought the game that it is now, I'll go back to when there were 4 preseason games. So whoever played at the Hall of Fame game actually had to play 5. So now we're at 3, probably going to be at 2 preseason games here, not before long. And then you kind of wonder of what's going to happen. But I thought last night, mostly, I don't know how many starters on each team actually started last night. I'm guessing not many, if any at all. But I got to tell you, I thought for a first game, I thought the quality was pretty good. I mean, it should be. It's the National Football League, but sometimes it's real sloppy and lots of I thought it was pretty good football last night.
Yeah, there were two big turnovers in the first half. That really bad pick. That was almost a pick six. That really bad interception early on that I think got the Lions down to within like the 10-yard line.
Yep.
But yeah, for the most part, really good football. And you're talking about the preseason games, how the team that plays in the Hall of Fame game has to play an extra game. They should just make it part of their preseason and not make it an additional game, because Justin Herbert didn't even travel. He wasn't even here.
No.
Neither was Najee Harris. You didn't see Najee here.
Jared Goff never put a piece of football clothing on last night.
He was out throwing and warming up during pregame, but just in shorts and a t-shirt, no pads or anything like that. So I would like to see them make it just a regular preseason game at the Hall of Fame during Hall of Fame week and do everything that they currently do. Just don't make it an extra game, and you might incentivize teams to want to come play here a little bit more.
Yeah, and the cool thing about last night was, we mentioned it last night, it's been a minute since the Chargers, whether they were in San Diego or LA, should still be in San Diego. That's another story for another day. And the Lions, for as close as they are in proximity, for whatever reason, they have not been here to play in this Hall of Fame game for quite a few years. So it was kind of neat to see them make the travel and their fans have a chance to come to Canton and experience everything they did last night. So I thought that was pretty neat. We were talking also about the class last night, and it was weird. I got to watch. They ran a rerun of it on NFL Network last night, which I completely, because I always like to record DVR about an hour pregame and then the game itself, just because all the backdrops of Canton, and you see all the stuff that you can't see while you're just here watching the game. Forgot to DVR the game last night, but luck had it. It was still in the first quarter when I got home. They had already started to rerun it off of NBC, and I thought, so I watched a couple of the outtakes and the, out of commercials coming in, coming back, and I thought the city and the Hall of Fame and all the backdrop on TV last night looked out of this world.
Yeah, the B-roll footage that they get just looks great. aerial shots of the village in the hall in downtown in Centennial Plaza. It really does look beautiful on television.
Of course, the big class this year, 2025, Jared Allen, Eric Allen, Antonio Gates, and Sterling Sharp. And I also got to watch some of the in-game interviews last night that they had on NBC, and I thought the Sterling Sharp interview was quite funny during the game last night. And you see a little bit of a different side of these guys once they're no longer putting that helmet on and going through all the grunts and the blood, sweat, and tears of an NFL season. And a guy like Sterling Sharp, who probably had to wait a little bit. Guys like Jared Allen, who look completely different and transformed when they get away from the game. They're not eating 15,000 calories a day and pumping iron and doing stuff like that. And Antonio Gates still looked like he could go out and play, and so did Eric Allen. I mean, these guys are all in pretty good shape. But look, a small class, but a mighty class.
Yeah, some big names that and that you've seen. Jared Allen in his sack celebration, and everyone thinks of Shannon Sharp nowadays, but Sterling was the big brother who paved the path for Shannon to come in and do what he did. I mean, Eric Allen was just so good defensively. He was just so quick. And I heard a stat. It was the only player to have 3 pick sixes in 2 different years.
I believe you are right.
I think that's the stat I heard last night. So he had.
Now, was it with the same team? Or was it 2 different teams?
Oh, I don't remember that.
He most of his career was with I'm drawing a blank.
He was with the Eagles and the Raiders, right?
That's why. Yeah. Those 2 teams. So I wondered if maybe he had split those up, but nevertheless, that's a pretty good get.
Yeah,
right
and talk about Jared Allen too. You see that a lot with offense and defensive linemen, how much slimmer they get.
Look at Joe Thomas now.
Yeah.
Oh, I did see Joe here today. And I thought, my God, he got skinnier. I mean, remember him? He was a beast.
Yeah.
Remember him? He would roll the sleeves up underneath the shoulder pads, go out there and play offensive tackle. Big number 73. And hey, if I didn't know better, and I walked past him on the street, how you doing, man? No idea he ever played the game of football, because he used to have that big grizzly beard.
Yeah.
Now he's just completely clean shaven, and what a transformation for him. And of course, he went in. What was it, 2 years ago?
Yeah.
He went into the Hall of Fame, and that was one of the biggest crowds I've seen here since they moved the Hall of Fame, or moved the enshrinement ceremonies inside the stadium. But I don't know what kind of crowd we'll have tomorrow, because it is a smaller class, so it probably won't be as big, but there are still plenty of tickets available. We encourage you to go to profootballhof.com/tickets, and hopefully we'll see you over there at the stadium tomorrow for the enshrinement ceremonies for 4 of the greats, Allen, Gates, and Sharp.
Yeah.
That's going to be fun.
I remembered yesterday I was talking about someone who showed up barefoot to the round table. Remember I was talking to you how relaxed it is?
Yeah.
And it was Joe Thomas. Joe Thomas showed up to the round table barefoot and sat on the stage with no socks or shoes on and just kicked back there and relaxed for the round table.
Joey T.
Yeah.
And he probably went and got on the Fisher boat
probably
after that. I wonder, I'm already wondering, because we do this in the media, we always wonder and we always look ahead.
Oh, yeah.
And you and I have had a quick discussion about who could be coming into the class of 2026 next year. And, oh, baby, is that going to be tough to whittle that? I'm going to go out on a limb right now, and I'm going to say it will be more than a class of 4 next year.
I think it kind of has to be.
It has to be, right?
It
has to be.
The guys who didn't get in this year, Eli didn't get in this year, and the guys who are first-year eligible for next year, the big ones, Drew Brees, Larry Fitzgerald, LaShawn McCoy, Frank Gore, Des Bryant,
Edelman.
Yeah, Pouncey, Marquise Pouncey. I have the list on my phone.
I do too.
But at
the light, I won't be able to read it.
But yeah, there's just a lot of big names. Let's see if I can scroll real quick. Who are first ballot eligible?
Do you think we see? I mean, because remember, you got to have a contributor.
Yeah.
Well, wait a minute. We didn't have one this year, though. There was no contributor and no coach this year. So I thought that was like mandatory. Unless they switch something around. I mean, honest to God, I thought I was right on that. So I'm thinking, okay, you'll have between 4 and 6 players, plus you'll have contributor, coach, what have you. So apparently, I know they changed the rule. The coaches only have to be out 1 year, and they can get inducted. The players have to be out for 5.
Yeah.
But I'll have to study up on that because I have no idea.
There you go. Drew Brees, Larry Fitzgerald, Jason Witten.
Jason Witten was the tight
Frank
end. That's
Gore,
what I was thinking about.
Julian Edelman, Greg Olson, LaShawn McCoy, Des Bryant, Marquise Pouncey, Phillip Rivers, Steven Gostkowski, and Geno Atkins. Those are the first-year eligible, bigger name guys that would be eligible.
I'm trying to remember. You'd mentioned a couple of the guys that almost got in this year, but Eli would be one.
Hines Ward
There's
still
gotta
sitting
be
there. I think Torrey Holt's
2
still
or
there.
3 that will probably, I don't want to say automatically go in, but I mean, I'm thinking it's a pretty good chance. I think you'll have a huge class next year. I think 6 minimum. 6 minimum. And we'll see how it goes.
Following year, it just gets bigger and bigger. Gronk will be up for it the following year. Brady will be up for it. There's some big names that are going to be making their way to Canton in the next few years.
And I'm guessing this year will be it for Travis Kelce. I'm guessing this will be it. Of course, I've said that the last 2 years. But I'm thinking that'll be it. So then 5 years from then, I would imagine him and his brother would both go in at the same time.
Which would be.
And Tay-Tay will be here. She'll be having a concert.
Concert for legends.
It'll be, it'll be awesome.
Could you imagine that? Oh, my God.
Yes, I can. Might not be big enough.
There would be
not be big enough for
traffic would be stopped on 77 right here, and everyone just be sitting out there with their windows down, listening to the concert outside the stadium.
And don't think they won't.
No, I know they won't.
Don't think they won't. You better get to work on that for 20. What would that be? 31.
5 years from now, 2030.
Yeah. Oh,
well, I guess it would be 31 because he'd have to play this.
You have to play
this upcoming
this
season.
So 2031. Look out! Hey, and we'll have everything will be done.
Water park.
Everything will be ready to go. Awesome. All right. Time you got?
52.
52. All right. Let's take a break. We are broadcasting live. Boy, time flies.
Right.
I love it. This is good. You're staying till 6. Tell the wife you're going to be late for the dinner. We'll take a break. We'll come back live on AM 1310 WDPN. We are broadcasting from the beautiful Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton, Ohio. Sam Bourquin and Keller with you. Stay with us, everybody. We'll be right back.
Hi, my name is Lillian Ronsky, and it was my pleasure to serve Alliance as the 2024 Miss
It was
Congeniality.
about 2.5 here.
Alliance, a strong heritage
sir.
and a promising future. Please join me as we
Like,
celebrate
he can't
Alliance,
even- he
home of the
forget.
Scarlet Carnation, during the Carnation Week, July 31st through August 10th. Information about the many exciting festival events can be obtained from the Alliance Area Chamber of Commerce and local merchants, or by visiting www.carnationfestival.com.
This place has a pulse. You hear it in the canopy, feel it in the ground. Life, fully illuminated, engulfs you. From the birds singing in the treetops above to the tiniest insects in the soil below, you take a deep, cleansing breath, filling your lungs with the essence of the forest. Now, imagine it's all gone. Healthy, life-giving forests reduced to nothing. No singing birds, no lush canopy, and water and food in short supply around the world. Time is running out to protect our forests, and without our love, they can and will disappear. It's our choice. Love it or lose it. Help protect our forests. Visit World Wildlife Fund at wwf.org/love.
In classrooms across the country, chronic absenteeism is on the rise.
Sophia A., grade 4, absent. Julio M., grade 6, absent.
Aisha S., grade 12, absent.
These absences are often due to the absence of crucial needs, like transportation, healthcare, a working computer, mental health support. The list goes on.
Olivia H., absent. Preston L., absent.
Chloe B., absent.
The reasons why they're absent are very real, And yet the solution is someone present to help them along their path. When site coordinators from communities and schools are on hand, they connect kids to the resources they need. And when they do, 99% of students are present and remain in school throughout the year.
Jacob O., grade 10. Present.
Communities and Schools works directly with students, helping them overcome obstacles to succeed in school and in life. Learn more at communitiesinschools.org. Being present matters.
Elon, Twitter in my world, buddy. Check us out on the Q92 Radio YouTube page. What a beautiful day.
It is.
No humid. Like last night, I don't know about you, but I thought it was still very humid.
A little bit.
Even though it was like rainy and kind of drizzly, but I thought it was really kind of humid. There we are. How we doing, everybody?
There we go.
Sam Bourquin over here. Keller.
I'll scoot this way.
You know what? I want you to do. I want you to do something for me.
What's up?
I know. Imagine that. I need a favor. I want you to take off your press pass.
Okay.
And I want you to hold it up in front of the camera, but don't show the bottom part of it.
Okay. You just want my picture?
We'll get in trouble. Yes.
Okay.
I want you to look at that. Who is that man? Who are you?
All right, you want to know this?
I want, please. I've been staring at that the last 45 minutes. Going, who the hell am I sitting by?
So
who are you?
I normally wear my glasses.
Okay.
And this was when I was on air at Q.
Okay.
And we went to take staff pictures, and we were down here. We took them with the Hall of Fame behind us.
Okay.
And I always have transition glasses. My lenses always transition. So these are just my regular glasses that transition when I come out into the sun.
Okay.
And when we went to do the pictures, they were like, you have to take your glasses off. And I go, hold on, I got a pair of glasses that were old frames that I had just put regular lenses in so that I could keep doing it. Well, I grabbed the wrong pair, and it was another pair of transition lenses. So when we did our staff shoot, I can't see in my in this picture because I'm basically blind without them. So yeah, I had to take my glasses off for our staff photo.
See, I needed to know that.
Yeah,
I needed to, because I kept looking over there. I'm going, we need to do a background and a security check on this imposter, because this is not the same guy that I know.
It needs to be endorsed with corrective lenses.
Oh, another thing I still can't get used to on mine is it's my full first name, which
Samuel.
I don't ever go by. Not since I was grounded have I been called Samuel for anything, and so I'm still dealing with that.
And I wasn't as gray in the beard. Now it's like.
So when did you start with the scruffage?
Since I can grow it. I've had a beard. I shaved it off completely in like the last 15 years. I've shaved it off completely twice. And one was about a week before we had my daughter. So all the baby pictures I have with her.
What was that, beards before birth?
I did not.
Is that what that was?
No, she was 9 weeks early, and I had just shaved it off, and thought I'd have time for it to grow back before. No, she said no. So all the baby pictures, I have no beard. And then 2 years ago,
that's funny,
for Halloween, I dressed up as Bowser, and I made prosthetics for my face and everything. So I completely shaved. I shaved my head, and that was the last. So it's been about 2.5 years since I've.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I look weird without it.
I'm glad to see you got some gray in there, buddy. Seeing that you are so much younger than me, I'm glad you're getting gray in your beard.
And it all started when I had my daughter. Go figure.
All right, you can text the show today. We are not taking phone calls today since we are on remote, but you can text away 330-904-7088, 924-7088. And it looks like we are at the top of the hour, which means news and weather. Let's get you all caught up with what's going on in your world. Jeff Mears is ready for duty. We'll come back with 2 more big hours here on the Sam Bourquin Show, live from the Pro Football Hall of Fame on AM 1310 WDPN.
The latest news and the current Alliance area weather forecast are up next on AM 1310 WDPN Alliance.
ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. A weaker than expected jobs report for July and downward revisions for May and June. President Trump is blaming the commissioner of the Bureau of Labor Statistics, saying he should be fired. ABC's Karen Travers is at the White House.
He is saying it's because of his frustration with those jobs revisions, the new numbers now for the May and June jobs report. The president taking issue with this and also making an accusation with no evidence behind it that there were fake numbers put out last year during the election season.
Since taking office, President Trump has touted the labor statistics jobs report showing an increase in monthly jobs. Santa Barbara police say 3 people were stabbed in an overnight attack and 1 victim has died. Police say a suspect is in custody and says it appears the incident began as a fight. And Tennessee authorities are searching for a man accused of killing 3 adults and a teen. Police say the suspect is armed and dangerous. This is ABC News.
Hi, it's me, Flo, here to tell you that with the Progressive Home and Auto Bundle, you get 24/7 protection, so you're covered no matter where the day takes you.
Even I added too much water to the pizza dough day?
Yep.
How about getting a call from my daughter to pick her up at the airport because her boyfriend is unreliable day?
Especially that day.
What about finding out that one of my pipes suddenly burst in my basement day?
Progressive has every day covered 24/7 with the Home and Auto Bundle. Also, you have a lot of bad days.
Oh no, that was all the same day.
At least you're covered with Progressive.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Our daughter Jessie loves playing detective.
A clue.
But since we discovered she has sensitive skin, we've been playing detective too.
We thought the problem was our puppy.
But it was actually our old detergent.
Aha.
So we switched to Tide Free and Gentle. Tide Free and Gentle provides an excellent Tide clean, and it doesn't leave behind irritating residues like dyes or perfumes, so it's gentle on your skin.
Case closed.
If it's got to be clean, it's got to be.
Now, the latest Alliance area news from Jeff Mears on AM 1310 WDPN.
Good afternoon. It's 4:02. This news is a service of Cars Auto Repair. Both of the Trilogy Plastics plants in Alliance will close. Akron-based Myers Industries announced plans to permanently shutter the facilities during its second quarter earnings report Thursday. The West Main Street properties employ 153 people. Myers expects all jobs will be eliminated by the end of the year. Most positions will be cut between September 30th and October 14th. Production from the facilities will be consolidated into other Myers locations. State and city officials were notified through a notice filed under the Warren Act. Myers purchased Trilogy Plastics in 2021. Stark County's jobless rate sees a small increase. June unemployment was 5.1%, up from May's figure of 4.8%. According to Ohio Job and Family Services, it was 5.2% in June 2024. Carroll County's unemployment increased to 5.1%, while Columbiana County's was up to 5.6%. In Mahoning County, the jobless figure also rose to 5.6%. Portage County's increased to 5.1%. Unemployment across Ohio held steady at 4.9%. A Stark County judge has handed down punishment to a Canton man convicted of killing a Vietnam War veteran. Common Pleas Judge Taryn Heath today sentenced 26-year-old Samuel Shank to 29 years to life in prison. A jury Thursday found him guilty of murder, felonious assault, and abduction in the shooting death of 75-year-old Phil Harris of Canton. Shank's defense attorney argued unsuccessfully at trial that his client acted in self-defense. On March 24th, Shank shot Harris twice after becoming involved in an argument with him at the Old Landmark Tavern in Canton Township. Prosecutors say he also held customers at gunpoint and wouldn't allow them to leave. Money from the State Rail Development Commission is assisting the construction of new rail in Stark County. Over 19,000 feet of continuous weld rail will be replaced. Also, a turnout in Beach City will be upgraded and 3 grade crossing services will be rehabilitated. The Rail Development Commission will contribute about half the $2.1 million cost of construction. Ohio Central Railroad operates track between Zanesville and Brewster, mainly handling interchange traffic with the Wheeling and Lake Erie Railway. It says the traffic has increased significantly since 2019. The rail section to be replaced dates to between 1925 and 1941. A former East Palestine police officer is charged with threatening and harassing 4 people. A secret indictment was handed down against 44-year-old Matthew Elser. Police say he threatened harm to Columbiana County Municipal Court Judge Timothy McNichol and 3 others. A competency evaluation was requested. Elser is charged with telecommunications harassment, aggravated menacing, retaliation, intimidation, and unlawful restraint. An arraignment was requested for October 15th. Officials with the city of Salem and Perry Township remain at odds over a joint economic development agreement concerning future annexations. Both parties met Wednesday to discuss the proposal. The Morning Journal reports 70% of income tax revenue collected from property would be retained by the city. The remaining 30% would be paid to the township. Property tax revenue would be evenly split by both entities. The city would take over emergency services for annexed properties, but the municipalities would maintain mutual aid agreements. Some officials raised concerns about the division of services and the percentage of the proposed tax revenue splits. Another joint session is planned in a few weeks. A man has been sentenced for striking a 16-year-old boy with a vehicle in Youngstown. 47-year-old Herman Posey was given 3 years in prison after pleading guilty to vehicular assault and failure to stop. The teen was struck by a pickup truck last September 20th at Bennington Avenue and Parker Street near East High School. Officers used speed cameras and surveillance video to find the vehicle. The victim was hospitalized with serious injuries. Boardman Township fire officials say a woman escaped a burning home without injury after she was awakened by smoke detectors. Firefighters were called to the Winterberry Drive location around 9 a.m. today. The flames, which started in the basement, were quickly put out. Firefighters from Canfield and Poland assisted at the scene. Officials say the home sustained significant damage. The cause is under investigation. Youngstown police who participated in an internal survey cite poor leadership, high stress, and burnout. Nearly 85% feel the city's administration doesn't support them, and 100% don't believe they have the support of city council. According to WKBN-TV, Mayor Tito Brown says police have a difficult job to do, both locally and nationally, and he adds city officials want to do whatever they can to help. Brown says he supports the police. Nearly half of the officers who took part in the poll say they plan to resign or retire within the next 12 months. A man convicted of murder nearly 50 years ago is up for parole. The case of 72-year-old Pompey Wade Jr. is scheduled to be heard by the Ohio Parole Board this month. He was sentenced to death in the December 1975 aggravated murder of 51-year-old Dominic Chiarella and attempted murder of 23-year-old Fred Pearsall. Both men were employees of a beverage store in Warren when Wade robbed the business and shot them. His sentence was commuted to life in prison in 1978. At the time of the crime, Wade was on parole for a 1972 murder in Warren. Trumbull County prosecutor Dennis Watkins opposes early release. He calls Wade a psychopathic killer who has expressed no remorse. It's 75 degrees in Alliance at 4:07. This is the local edition of WDPN News, a service of Cars Auto Repair. Cars with a K. I'm Jeff Mears.
Since 1996, Kale's Auto Repair Service, Cars with a K, has been the trusted auto repair shop in Alliance. With over 80 years of experience in Stark and Mahoning County, their team provides high-quality auto care and customer service. They offer a range of services from preventative maintenance to engine repair, AC service, and more. The shop features 10 bays, state-of-the-art diagnostic tools, and mechanics ready to get your car on the road again. They accept all makes and models, ensuring top-notch service for every vehicle. Open Monday through Thursday, 8 to 5 p.m. and Friday from 8 to 11 a.m. Schedule your appointment today by calling 330-821-3100.
This WDPN weather is brought to you by Canterbury Villa of Alliance, where your loved ones become family. Schedule a free visit today by calling 330-821-4000.
Today's forecast calling for sunny skies, breezy with a high near 78 degrees. Tonight, mostly clear and cool, a low around 52. Saturday, sunny, a high near 79. Sunshine on Sunday with a high near 82. Monday, sun continuing, a high near 85. That's your WDPN weather.
Send your loved ones to a place that cares and a place that they can trust. They'll find a place that feels like home at Canterbury Villa in Alliance. They will provide the highest level of care to their residents when it comes to skilled nursing, rehabilitation, long-term care, and Alzheimer's care. At Canterbury Villa, your loved ones become family. Located on Freshley Avenue, schedule a free visit today by calling 330-821-4000 and ask for Samantha Nutter. At Canterbury Villa, they walk the talk.
Live from the AM 1310 WDPN studio, it's time for live and local sports talk. It's the Sam Bourquin Show.
I'm ready.
Give the show a call at 330-821-1310.
Good call, Meatball.
Watch the Sam Bourquin Show on the AM 1310 Facebook page, the Q92 YouTube page, and on X. This is the Sam Bourquin Show on AM 1310 WDPN.
Chargers going to go for it on 4th and 2. And it's Lance throwing up top, touchdown, brought in by Will Dissly. He had 2 last year, and the 8th-year tight end out of Reynolds, good cut inside, and Craig Reynolds takes it in for a Detroit touchdown. In the air, left field! All the way back! They tied it! 8 runs on 8 straight hits off the mat! It's 11-11! Down the fly ball. This carries back. It keeps carrying back. It is gone! Cal Raleigh with a rainmaker just over the wall in right field. Down the fly ball. This carries back. It keeps carrying back. It is gone! Cal Raleigh with a rainmaker just over the wall in right field.
DPN, we are broadcasting live from the Pro Football Hall of Fame in beautiful Canton, Ohio, as the Fan Fest continues here. Plenty of food and drink and entertainment, all the good things you expect at a Fan Fest of this magnitude, and it's all happening here at the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Sam Bourquin joined by Keller. I'll tell you what, before we go any further, we've got a pair of tickets to give away to the Pro Football Hall of Fame enshrinement ceremonies tomorrow. Right behind us at Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium. I believe the enshrinement goes at 1 p.m. tomorrow. If you would like to wear some tickets? If you'd like to win a pair of tickets to the enshrinement, all you have to do is be the first person to come on over to our broadcast booth and say hello here at the Pro Football Hall of Fame. We are up in the would this be the upper? We are in the upper lot, and I'll tell you what. When you're on 77, you see that big sign, we're right there. You can come over to our broadcast location. We've got the 1310 booth. We've got the Q92 booth. Come on over and say hi to myself and Keller, and we'll hand you a pair of tickets to go see the Pro Football Hall of Fame enshrinement ceremonies tomorrow at Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium. Again, it gets ready at 1 o'clock tomorrow. So first person to come here, you get a pair of tickets to go to the enshrinement tomorrow, courtesy of 1310 WDPN and, of course, the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
The new sign too, because that's
it's
spiffy. I
like it.
I walked in the gift shop here at the hall and was looking around. I picked up a couple things, and they've got shirts now in there that have the old sign on the front of the shirt.
You're kidding me.
No, I think I grabbed one. I can go look and see.
I think I remember what the old sign looks like, but that would be a pretty cool item to have that on a T-shirt. So yeah, I can't wait to see it. Yeah, we're broadcasting right. We're like literally, 15 yards away from that sign here in the upper lot. So come on over and say, hey, we'll give you a pair of tickets to the enshrinement tomorrow at the Tom Benson Hall of Fame. Yeah,
I did not get the old sign one. I got I got the old logo one.
That's the old logo.
Yeah.
But
they do have some in there that have the square old sign in the gift shop. It is really cool. There's so much stuff in there.
Oh my gosh.
It's I can get lost.
Here, I'm gonna have you help me.
Yeah.
I've got my, I guess this would be called red.
Yeah.
I've got my red WDPN polo shirt on today. I'm going to wear my blue WDPN shirt tomorrow for the parade. I need a hat to go with that shirt. I want to get as close to the hue of blue that I possibly can.
Oh, boy.
Would the Lions be a good fit, or would it be Cowboys? Would it be Giants? What kind of blue is going to go with that?
What color blue is the? I don't know what color blue the shirt is.
I don't know. It's like a. I want to say navy, but no, it's not. You know what? It might be closer to the shade of this table cover. Yeah.
Boy, that's probably Dallas.
That's probably Dallas.
Dallas is in a mess of
But
sorts right now.
I know.
Too.
It's you know what it's going to be. I'm not going to say that I'll never wear the hat again, but
Yeah.
you know, it's a special occasion. It's the Hall of Fame parade, and I want
You
to
should
coordinate.
You should go in there and see if they've got any Hall of Fame hats. They've got a ton of them because I bought a hat
I
too.
could do that too.
I
should have brought my shirt. Said, "Hey, could somebody?"
I got a hat in there too, and it says Hall of Fame in script right across the front of it. I wanted the one that McAfee had on yesterday during his show. It just said the Hall.
Yeah,
and I thought that was sweet. Now they had one that just says the Hall of Fame, and then above it says Pro Football, and it's a white. It's like a slightly off white.
Oh, it's not a dark hat.
No.
I wanna coordinate for the parade. I can't wear my baseball hat. No, I got to have a football hat. The buffalo blue is probably a little bright.
Yeah.
For my shirt, I think Cowboys is probably the closest color of the blue that would go with that. I should have brought it in. I should have brought the shirt in.
That Chargers blue over there. There's the Chargers jersey. That's not.
See, that's a little. Is
that a little too
that
blue?
Looks a little more royal blue from here. But I do love that jersey, though.
Yeah.
Oh, man, with the bolts over the shoulders. We got a guy walking by here with a Buffalo Bills jersey on, the navy blue. I got to tell you, I'm not ecstatic about them bringing those red helmets back.
No.
I'm probably in the minority there, but I'm gonna stand my ground. I like the white helmets. Sorry, I don't win the.
Oh, the Bills?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I like the Bills. That was a Giants jersey.
Oh, that was a Giants jersey?
Yeah, that was LT.
Oh, my God. It looked like a Buffalo jersey.
No, yeah, Lawrence Taylor.
Huh.
It said Taylor on the back.
I know, but maybe I thought it was just the guy's last name. I don't know. I don't know.
Some of the new uniforms I really like, and some of them just miss. Like, who gave you approval for this?
I think you and I are pretty up on uniforms.
I love them.
We pay closer attention to that probably than most. The throwbacks, most of the time, I'm good with. I mean, you were the first one to show me this. Here we go. I don't want to bash your team.
No,
but I'm
feel free.
Not a fan of those. You showed me what the helmets that the Packers were going to wear.
Yeah. Oh, just their uniform in general.
What? And I guess my question is, I wasn't around in 1933. I know you weren't.
No.
I know a lot of people weren't. What is the infatuation? What is the deal with everything is going back to that year?
I don't know.
Is there some significance that I don't know about or should remember, or they just are intent on going old school? I don't get it.
I haven't seen or heard anything as to why, but it seems a lot of teams are moving that route. I know a lot of Steelers fans like the Bumblebee. I didn't care for the Bumblebee. These jerseys are okay. I don't like the pants with them. No. I know a lot of Steeler fans, they love the old block traditional lettered jersey.
Me.
And I think they're great.
Like,
yeah.
This number here you got on now.
This Bettis one.
This is what you should be wearing now, Steelers, not that goofy, sissy font.
I love the yellow
numbers.
helmets.
Can't stand them.
I love the yellow helmets. I think those are great.
Yep.
I
like
would
the helmets too.
Love to see Pittsburgh with a white helmet. I think
Have they ever worn white ever?
Helmets? I don't think so. I don't
Would
think.
have swore.
I made them one time.
Maybe 1 year.
I think there was
time ago, but I
a
don't
video game where you were able to alter the uniforms. I think it was a Madden 1 year where you could change the colors of parts of the uniform, and I made a white helmet, and they looked chef's kiss.
You like that, huh? Oh my God! You can text the show today. We're not taking calls because we are on location today, but you can text away. Let us know what's on your mind. What's on your agenda for this weekend? Where are you going? You're going to check out the parade. You're going to go to the enshrinement. You're going to go to the concert. There's a lot of other things going on too. You can text us in and let us know at 330-924-7088. 330-924-7088. Also, I want to remind you, if you are the first ones here to our broadcast location and you want to go to the enshrinement tomorrow, we will literally hand you a pair of tickets to go see the Hall of Fame enshrinement ceremonies tomorrow at Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium. All you have to do is come over and say, hey, and we'll hook you up. We're broadcasting live here at the upper lot from the Pro Football Hall of Fame, part of the 2025 Fan Fest. And I think I felt bad for everybody yesterday because the weather was so bad. And it was bad from the time you woke up in the morning until like 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon. I'm telling you right now, if you had the weather yesterday that we had today, it would have been a zoo. It would have been a zoo.
Yeah.
But a good kind. It would have been unbelievable.
There would have been a lot of people here. Yeah. There would have been a lot of people here for Pat McAfee yesterday morning. I was out. It rained so much, I got so wet that my fingers pruned. And I ended up going into the Hall of Fame and in the bathroom because my shirt was longer than my waterproof jacket, so the whole bottom of my shirt got wet.
Soaked, yeah.
So I got the hair dryer in the bathroom, was trying to dry out my shirt a little bit. But yeah, once that went away, the temperature was great, and getting ready for the game yesterday was beautiful here. And a shout out to Pat McAfee, who spent a long time.
I heard he was
signing
overly
autographs,
cordial,
talking to people, and spending time out here. Waited till everybody got to say hello that wanted to see him. So that was really, really cool.
Very cool. All right, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to take a break. We're coming up on 22 minutes after 4. When we get back, we will continue here live from the Pro Football Hall of Fame Fan Fest. Sam Bourquin, Ryan Keller, the Sam Bourquin Show on 1310 WDPN. And when we get back, I'm going to have you and I break down the big TV announcement that has to do with the NFL, ESPN, NFL Network. There's a lot of moving parts there. We'll discuss that when we get back on the Sam Bourquin Show, AM 1310 WDPN, live from the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Join us for the 65th Annual Alliance Carnation Festival, now through August 10th. This beloved tradition pays homage to Alliance, known as the Carnation City, and promises an unforgettable experience for all. Experience the Food Fest at the University of Mount Union campus, featuring mouth-watering treats, a golf scramble, community luncheon, and a fire truck pump-in. Tour the Haynes House, Mabel Hartzell Home, and Beach Creek Gardens. Enjoy free craft displays, delicious food, and captivating live entertainment during Carnation Days in the park. Immerse yourself in Shakespeare's The Tempest at Glamorgan Castle. Thursday through Sunday brings a range of activities, including a fun-filled pet show, breathtaking hot air balloons, invigorating nature hikes, and an irresistible used book sale. Mark your calendars for the main event, Saturday, August 9th, with the Grand Parade at 11 a.m. Marching from State Street to Broadway Avenue, then head to Silver Park for more fun and a heart-pounding fireworks show that evening. Make lasting memories. Check out all the events at carnationfestival.com.
Are you ready to up your mealtime game with a beautiful new dining suite? How about your movie nights on the couch? Is more comfortable seating on your list this year? Maybe you just need a better night's rest. Whatever the case, when we spend time at home with our families, we all want quality, comfort, and names we can trust. That's why Grove's appliances, furniture sets, and even their mattresses make all the difference. With a beautiful showroom full of ideas and over 700 fabric choices for furniture, you'll be sure to find something that will fit beautifully into your home. On a budget, Grove has a scratch and dent room filled with appliances with minor aesthetic blemishes that can help you replace that fridge on the fritz for a fraction of the cost. Come and see why Grove is better than big box stores. Explore your options and get to know Grove's amazing staff and stellar service team to help with all of your needs.
Come see us at Grove, where it always feels like home.
Get on board. The water is open. It's time to go boating and fishing and leave stress in our wake. Feel the wind as we ride and a fish on the line. Reel in our first catch and feel the sun at our backs. It's get out on the water season. It's time to get on board. Find out where to get on board near you. Visit Take Me Fishing and Discover Boating to learn more. And please recreate responsibly. Get on board. Get on board.
the Pro Football Hall of Fame, part of the 2025 Fan Fest here on the grounds of the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Sam Bourquin, Keller back with you, 1310 WDPN. Don't forget to check us out on all of our social media platforms, AM 1310 WDPN on X, Facebook, Instagram, and, of course, the Q92 radio page on YouTube. If you're watching and listening today, you can see the beautiful backdrop we have here at the Hall of Fame as we wave to you on this Friday afternoon. Text line is open if you want to jump in here today as well. Let us know what's on your mind. What do you got going on this weekend? 330-924-7088. We're with you until 6, so come on over. Still plenty of time, plenty of food and drinks. Everybody's trucks are still open. They're doing business, and we got some great entertainment at the other end of the parking lot here. You got the big stage going on. A lot of activity still. Again, this goes until 6. But come on by. We've got a pair of tickets for you, too. Just stop over. Say, hey, and we'll give you 2 tickets to the Pro Football Hall of Fame enshrinement tomorrow at Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium. We are broadcasting live here at the Hall of Fame up in the upper lot. Just come on over to our broadcast location, 1310 WDPN, and we'll hook you up with some tickets. All right? It's that easy. And I think tomorrow is going to be cool because it is a little bit of a smaller class, and so they'll probably get through it maybe a little quicker than in years past. It's going to be a beautiful day. It's not going to be too hot, and a chance to hear. When I was growing up, I was about everything but the enshrinement. When you're growing up, you're not the speeches. You just didn't. You were worried about the burn off and the concerts and going downtown and the game and all the other peripheral stuff. But this weekend is supposed to be all about the class.
Yeah.
The men that are going into the hallowed halls here in Canton. And I want to say it took a while for that to kind of hit me, sink into me, and for me to just feel what these guys were saying. When they would reminisce about their stories growing up and playing football as a kid, and maybe didn't have everybody in the household that they needed to have. They had hardships. They had adversity. They had, some incredible stories, make you cry. And once I started to really listen and tune into these speeches, I thought, man, I wish I would have paid more attention decades ago when this was going on, because I probably missed some really good stuff. That's what it's all about. And you hear some of the best speeches you'll ever hear in your life here at the enshrinement.
Yeah, it's interesting because the percentage of people who start off playing football in high school, and end up in just the NFL, and then end up playing more than 4 years in the NFL. And as you continue to go, that percentage gets smaller and smaller and smaller. And to stop and think of how difficult it is to get here.
It's
hear,
really difficult.
Yeah, and to hear the stories of people who influence them, my high school coach or this teacher or this person, and you get to know the members on a deeper level other than just a fantastic football player. Because, as a fan, you tune in every Sunday and you watch these guys beat the hell out of each other and don't think anything of it. But to hear, their life lessons and their stories and how they got here and who motivated them and what motivated them, it's really, really great.
The speeches are, we've had sermons. Okay. Ray went about 45 minutes. Some other guys have gone way, 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 way over the time limit. But I'm okay with that as long as it's
substance,
compelling,
yeah,
and there's stuff there. If you're just going to go on and on, I'm probably going to check out. But if it's really good, and I'm feeling what you're speaking about, you can stay up there for all night, for all I care, because if I'm enjoying it and I'm getting stuff out of it, and I can see the people around me are like, hey, this is really good stuff. Just keep going, my friend. That's when it's really cool. So just 4 speeches tomorrow, and I was trying to think, okay, who do I think will be the guy to knock it out of the park tomorrow? Would it be Eric Allen? Would it be Antonio Gates? Would it be Sterling Sharp? Would it be? I think it's going to be Sterling Sharp. That's my pick. But who knows? We could have a dark horse tomorrow that might steal the show. You never know.
And Antonio Gates, going to Kent State and playing basketball and not playing collegiate football and now ending up in the Hall of Fame.
Think about that.
That's unbelievable.
I was watching. I was watching a little bit of the replay of the game last night when I got home about 11:30 or whatever, and I just happened to catch. They were showing a highlight package of him playing basketball, and I thought, my God, why did this guy not go to the NBA?
Yeah,
you know what I mean. He was that good. And you say, well, he went to Kent State. Hey, Kent State had a great team that year.
They sure did.
They may have went pretty far, and to watch how just his natural athletic ability. But you couldn't help but think, seeing Antonio Gates in a basketball uniform, picturing what he could do and be in a football uniform, and to show off that skill set, I would say he made the right decision.
Yeah, absolutely. And as I was driving home yesterday, because I left right before halftime, they were playing on the radio, because I was listening to the game on the radio on the way home, the broadcast of him playing basketball. And it was cool to hear, because that was I never listened to him play basketball on the radio, but to hear the call, and it was really, really cool, because that's something now he's in the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
He's going to be going in right behind us tomorrow. It's pretty incredible. All right, we're going to take a break. We completely lied about what we were going to talk about. When we get back, though, we will talk about the NFL Network, NFL, ESPN deal. There's a lot of moving parts there. We'll break that all down for you. When we get back, it's the Sam Bourquin Show with Keller, live at the Pro Football Hall of Fame on AM 1310 WDPN.
The latest news and the current Alliance area weather forecast are up next on AM 1310 WDPN.
Good afternoon. It's 4:30. President Trump has fired the commissioner of the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the government agency that releases the monthly jobs reports. These reports chart the amount of jobs added in a given month and also analyze and revise jobs that were reported in previous months. The president claims the now former commissioner manipulated the numbers, but there is no evidence to back up those claims. Today, a worse than expected jobs report was released showing revisions for earlier this summer and just 73,000 created in July. More from ABC's Karen Travers at the White House.
He is saying it's because of his frustration with those jobs revisions, the new numbers now for the May and June jobs report. The president taking issue with this and also making an accusation with no evidence behind it that there were fake numbers put out last year during the election season.
American businesses and consumers are finding the contours of President Trump's foreign trade agenda taking shape, but they don't have much more clarity on how import taxes on goods from dozens of countries will affect them. Late Thursday, Trump ordered new tariff rates for 66 countries, the European Union, Taiwan, and the Falkland Islands. Trump postponed the start date for all of the tariffs from today until August 7th. Companies are dealing with tariffs in various ways, from absorbing the tax costs themselves to raising prices. Economists say U.S. consumers are likely to foot at least part of the bill. Police in Santa Barbara, California are investigating an overnight stabbing spree, as we hear from ABC's Alex Stone.
It started just after midnight when Foot Patrol officers in the heart of downtown Santa Barbara were flagged down on a report of a man seen with a knife. Officers ran to the area and found a victim stabbed on the ground. As more officers came in, they found two more stabbing victims. The stabbings happened in a popular nightlife and bar area. Alex Stone, ABC News.
One of the victims later died. Police say the suspect is now in custody and believe the stabbing spree began with a fight. Hardly a day passes that a manhunt isn't underway somewhere. The latest involves a 28-year-old ex-convict in Tennessee accused of killing 4 members of one family on Tuesday. The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation and U.S. Marshals hope a $15,000 reward brings the tip that leads to the arrest of Austin Robert Drummond. It isn't clear what, if any, connection he has to the one man, 2 women, and teenager he's accused of killing, and the abduction of an infant who was later found abandoned but unhurt. It's 75 degrees in Alliance at 4:32. This is WDPN News. I'm Jeff Mears.
Here's the Alliance area weather forecast on AM 1310 WDPN.
Forecast calling for sunny skies this afternoon with a high around 78 degrees. Breezy with gusts as high as 21 miles per hour. Mostly clear tonight. Cooler, low near 52. Saturday, sunshine, a high of 79. Sunday, more sun, a high of 82. Monday, sunny and 85. That's your WDPN weather.
Drugs and drug abuse have an effect on us all. Help stamp out drugs in our community by getting involved. This message courtesy of Wistman's Apex Tree Service in New Franklin, where they specialize in residential and commercial tree removals. proper pruning, and tree maintenance. Like them on Facebook and visit them online at apextreeohio.com or call 330-807-8398. 330-807-8398. Wistman's Apex Tree Service on the air because they care.
$1310 WDPN. It is the Sam Bourquin Show. Sam Bourquin and Keller joining you live today from the Pro Football Hall of Fame 2025 Fan Fest. Still plenty of food and drink and entertainment. It's going on until 6 o'clock tonight. Come on over to the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Plenty of close parking as well. It's free to get in. There's no admission to get in. Just come on by and hang out. If you would like to go to the enshrinement tomorrow, we have a pair of tickets just for you. All you have to do is come on up to our broadcast location, and we'll hand them over to you. You can enjoy the big day tomorrow at Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium. Again, we'll be on the air until 6 o'clock, so you can join us via the radio or all your mobile devices, or better yet, you can come on out and see us and say hello on this beautiful but a little windy late Friday afternoon, the big Hall of Fame weekend 2025. Okay, I promise you we are going to get to the NFL Network, ESPN football media circus. But I just saw on X, and you had just told me a couple of minutes ago, that there are a couple of lockers that have been completely cleaned out and taken out for the Cleveland Guardians.
Yeah.
And Luis Ortiz and Emmanuel Clase are pretty much history.
Yeah, no, they don't have lockers in the Guardians clubhouse anymore. They've been cleaned out. So,
what does that mean?
Boy, it doesn't mean anything
to
good.
Me, they're done.
Yeah, there's got to be.
That's it.
In order to do that, you're not coming back into the clubhouse. Here's your stuff. Enjoy yourself in your prison time.
Wow. I mean,
well, at least ban. It has to be that bad in order for them to clean out their lockers.
Yeah, I mean, so if you, they're not coming back ever. I don't think.
No.
I think that's it.
Yeah, I mean, if you didn't let Pete Rose in the Hall of Fame
not
for
next
how
year,
long?
you're done.
Yeah.
I wonder what I assume this investigation's still ongoing, because I'm sure there's other people being questioned and being looked at and I don't know. I don't know how many more names we are going to hear. I'm sure there will be a few. There might be another one on the Guardians we don't know about. I don't know. But as long as this investigation is still ongoing, we're not going to hear everything until it kind of all comes out. But
it's crazy.
I'm sorry. And I don't mean to be insensitive in the world we live in today, because people are so offended so quickly. But that might be one of the dumbest things I've ever seen with Emmanuel Clase and Luis Ortiz. And I'm not saying they're dumb people, but I'm saying maybe they're people that just did something really, really dumb. They cost themselves millions of dollars.
For what?
And for what?
Yeah.
What did you think the end game was going to be? Short term, present term, long term. What were you thinking?
If anything, seeing what happened with Otani and
his agent,
his
interpreter,
translator,
right?
Like they're tracking everything. They follow the paper trails. And for you to do it so blatantly, based off of, I mean, again, it's still ongoing, but you see the videos, and you're like,
I mean,
you didn't think they were going to eventually catch on to that,
right? And with Ortiz, they kept showing a certain 2 pitches. With Clase, they've got like 24 pitches. And I'm thinking, oh boy, hey, what do they always say? Video don't lie.
Yeah.
The tape don't lie.
You give up millions for, what, a couple $1,000s? Because you can't make large bets like that and not draw suspicion.
Right. The red flag is going to pop up every time.
In smaller bets, which is going to take forever. But I don't understand. You're making millions of dollars, and you're trying to bet for a couple thousand. Like,
I don't get it. And
Doesn't
again,
make
I don't
sense.
know all the tentacles, who all was involved, but I just, geez. And I'm not mad because well, I guess I am. I'm a little mad that it affected the team.
Yeah.
Because maybe it affected how they could have moved forward in the season. I mean, Ortiz wasn't Cy Young, but he was serviceable. Clase,
he was a big
say what you
trade
want.
bit.
He was still a pretty good closer, and he was trade bait that could have brought back a major. They were ready to move him.
Yeah.
They were ready to move him, and they could have got a good package in return.
I wonder what would have happened if this all came out like right after the deadline. And
MLB would have returned the trade.
And they would have just sent them all back.
They would have, yeah. And then the Guardians probably would have gotten more trouble because I'm guessing they may not have known some of the particulars. And I'm not saying that Antonetti and Chernoff would do bad business with a major league team because I don't think that's the kind of guys they are. But if you know something might be coming, but you're not sure, and you try to move those guys or move that guy, and then things get a little dicey.
That's
so
crazy.
That is crazy. All right. Let's get into
all right.
What time we got here?
4:41.
Oh yeah, we got plenty of time. Okay. So, what's up, my man? How are you? Go blue or don't go at all. My man got the Detroit Lions gear on over there. I like it.
Oh yeah, Rod Woodson's over there. Oh, we'll have to see if we can get him to come over. There you go.
There you go. Okay.
Yes, sir.
I was just up in Detroit last weekend, seeing the Tigers and the Blue Jays. Old Comerica Park, and of course Ford Field right behind it, out there in left center field. So that was kind of cool. So this whole thing has been brewing for 4 years.
Yeah.
Apparently, at least that's what they're telling us. These talks between ESPN, the National Football League, NFL Network, Red Zone, all this stuff. And apparently, you got the story there.
Yeah,
I think
I've got it
you
pulled
go
up.
ahead and read some of that verbatim because it is a little confusing, and it looks like there's a lot of open ends to it. And you read a line to me today about something like it was an angry agreement that was made between all these parties. So kind of read a little bit of that story. We'll kind of take it off in a couple different directions.
So the news that came out, and ESPN and the NFL have declined to comment because it hasn't been officially announced. The official announcement is expected next week. But it sounds like the NFL and ESPN have reached a blockbuster agreement that will place many of the league's top media holdings with the sports network in exchange for equity in ESPN. It says it could potentially be worth billions. And this is from The Athletic, and the story is from the New York Times. It says that, according to the source, ESPN is expected to have access to NFL Red Zone, the NFL Network, 7 more regular season games, the NFL's fantasy football business, as well as the potential to integrate special features, including betting and potentially more assets. So it sounds like ESPN is going to take over and have control of the NFL Network, Red Zone, and you're going to see more NFL games played on ESPN. And what's interesting about all this is because it coincides with ESPN's agreement, and they're doing the direct-to-consumer service. So they're going to have their own streaming service, which is going to cost $29.99 a month.
All right, let me stop you right there.
Yeah.
So is that for if you just want to – is this a separate deal than just the ESPN family of networks and channels?
It's a way for you, if you completely got rid of cable or any type of a service.
Okay, so this will just be a stream thing.
You could
get all of that.
Correct. Yep, for $29.99 a month.
But if I still have, say, like we have DirecTV,
correct,
or people have Spectrum, that's not going to impede on them. They're still going to get everything that they used to get, right?
Viewers who already have access to ESPN's network through cable, satellite, or bundled streaming TV services will also be able to watch ESPN through the new app. So you'll be able to log in to the new app.
Now, wait a minute.
With those services.
Wait a minute. Am I going to be able to turn my TV on and click 206 and I'm going to get ESPN? I'm going to hit 207. I'm going to get ESPNU. 208. I'm going to get ESPN News. The Deuce. Am I going to? That's still going to be. I don't have to have this app. Correct?
I don't know.
Because now I'm starting to think there's going to be a hoodwinking going on here.
There's a lot to this, and
because once you start talking about NFL Network acquisition and Red Zone, what's the Sunday ticket? I mean, what
says?
Help me understand. Help us understand.
Disney/ESPN will likely announce an official release date for the revamped ESPN app and DTC service, which is called ESPN next week. ESPN has marketed the service for a next era for the network. It says since ESPN began its planning for the new service, network executives have had talks with many potential partners for major leagues and top digital players through the NFL. Though the NFL has long been considered the top target, ESPN and the NFL already have a strong relationship. The network is home of Monday Night Football, so on and so forth. I have to imagine that they're not gonna pull. I mean, they could though, because now that they have this, how many people, if they pull ESPN off of regular cable and satellite, you're not going to be able to watch any football.
No, because that will encompass ESPN News, ESPN2, ESPNU. Lord knows what else they got. I mean, and what's the relationship there with ABC and Disney being the parent company, and the ESPN's like under that umbrella and all those channels? And if they bring all these other things in, I don't confess to know the underlyings of all this, but it sounds like it could be very messy and very confusing to the consumer. And somehow I have a feeling the consumer is the one that's going to take it.
That's how it always
right?
goes. Yeah. I can't imagine though that they would pull ESPN off of regular scheduled television
and just want to have to survive on streaming.
I don't
subscriptions or whatever.
See them doing that, because you're going to have access to this if you already have cable. So if you have DirecTV,
like
you can just log into the app.
Under that umbrella, I get SEC Network. I mean, all those things.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, not that the SEC has anything to do with the NFL, but well,
I get
kind of, sort of. It's in a crazy way, but I mean,
they said Disney has their shareholders earnings meeting on Wednesday, so they expect people expect the announcement to be made right around then.
I don't even know what to make of what we just discussed, because I talked to Ben Axelrod from awfulannouncing.com, had him on last week, maybe 10 days ago. And we're talking about what it could look like NFL rights fees wise by the year 2030. And we were talking about how, and it killed me, it talked about how maybe come Sunday afternoons, there won't be 1 o'clock and 4 o'clock games on NBC or CBS or Fox. And then, what do you mean? And Netflix is a big player now. Amazon Prime is a big player now. You see Apple kind of oozing their way in with Major League Baseball.
They're trying to get Formula One.
They're trying to get Formula One. I mean, I don't know what it's going to look like by then. I'm hoping that they don't ever take away what we all grew up with, and that was free NFL football on the big networks.
But think of this now, though, because ESPN will own the rights to all the NFL games, which means the other networks will have to negotiate with ESPN in order to air the games. So NBC, CBS, they will have to then negotiate with ESPN in order to air games on their network. And if ESPN wanted to, they can just say, all the games are on the ESPN app. Here's the multiple things, and this is the only place you can watch it. They will control the entire NFL market.
It'll be one of the biggest monopolies you've ever seen.
Yeah.
That's what it'll be. And I know they could use ABC, obviously. But things could be changing. And I don't know what that would I can't imagine on a Sunday.
Can you imagine
I just can't imagine.
Pat McAfee on the NFL Red Zone?
I just can't imagine. Hey, who's playing a 1 and 4 today? Cool, man. Those are going to be great games. Oh, doubleheader on. Okay, good. Okay, good. All right, so I got the Browns here, or you got the Steelers at 1 o'clock, and then we'll have the Fox game of the week, or the CBS doubleheader. That might all be gone.
That's
crazy
to think of.
That makes me sad.
Yeah,
it does. And I'll tell you this. I hate to say this sitting here on the grounds of the Pro Football Hall of Fame. I won't go chasing those game broadcasts. I won't do it.
No.
And it'll be a point where I say, you know what, screw it. I'm out. If I hear about it, fine. If I don't, fine. My attention will be garnered toward other things. And I'll slowly but surely I'll just be away from it.
Well, just think how upset you get if there's like a blackout restriction. You know, a lot of times, like if you're a fan of a team, they're blacked out in your area.
Yeah.
How awful it is to try to watch a game, and then you resort to different things, like looking for different websites where you can stream it and different things like that.
Yeah, I hear there's a box out there you can get that I know a lot of people have.
But you're forcing more and more people to find
and
ways
you wonder why
around watching it if this ends up becoming and this is all speculation from us too, because it could just be easy peasy lemon squeezy and it changes over and you don't hear anything else about it and it's business as usual. So I imagine probably midweek next week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, the official announcement will come out.
Well, that'll give us something to talk about for sure. I'm already thinking about, okay, who would I line up as a guest for the show? Preferably somebody high up the chain, somewhere along whatever, to let us know exactly what's going on and what's going to be for us, the consumer, for the hardcore football fan. That's going to be fascinating. And what time we got?
52.
Okay. We'll take a break here in a minute, but I wonder, and I wonder what other people's thoughts are too.
Yeah.
About that, especially for whatever reason, if you've kind of drifted away from watching the games, or
I don't watch a lot of ESPN.
You know what
anymore. Like especially when they took over the NHL and hockey. I don't care for the way that they present the game, and I don't care for the way that they broadcast the game. And it made me sad when ESPN kind of took over all of that. And, if you have too much stuff, your quality seems to drop. And it would be terrible for them to acquire all this different stuff and just to have it. And the quality.
How would you give it its just due if you got all this other stuff going on? And that's what I would worry about. I'm still angry that TNT lost the NBA.
Yep.
Angry.
Yeah.
So I guess I just need to get over it. I don't know. Toughen up, Bourquin. It's life. Get over it. Well, I don't have to like it.
No.
I don't have to like it. I'll accept it, but I don't have to like it. Okay, let's take a break. I believe we're coming up on 4:54 here on the Sam Bourquin Show. We are broadcasting live from the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Sam Bourquin and Keller on AM 1310 WDPN. Stop on out. We'll be here till 6 o'clock tonight, talking sports, talking NFL, talking Pro Football Hall of Fame, talking Hall of Fame Festival, whatever else is on your mind. You can text as well at 330-924-7088. We'll be right back.
Standing at the edge of a rocky shore, you breathe in the cool, salty air, watching the sun disappear on the horizon. Across the globe, someone begins their day along a sandy beach, listening to the rhythm of the crashing waves. You each envision a world beneath the water, vibrant life in every imaginable form. Now, imagine it's all gone. What was once a place of wonder and beauty is now a dull, lifeless wasteland. Food, jobs, medicine, all gifts from the ocean, all gone. Time is running out to protect our oceans. And without our love, everything the oceans provide can and will disappear. It's our choice. Love it or lose it. Help protect our oceans. Visit World Wildlife Fund at wwf.org/love.
Teachers are dynamic leaders, shaping a new generation. They bring a variety of perspectives from diverse backgrounds, innovating how they teach to prepare students for our fast-changing world. Achieving this takes skill and expertise. They're tireless explorers, creatively discovering a universe of solutions, telling stories, experimenting, inspiring, mentoring, connecting cultures, and connecting with each other, leading by example. Experience the unique joy of helping students thrive. Teaching is a journey that shapes lives. Are you ready to begin? Explore teaching at teach.org, a campaign supported by the U.S. Department of Education, teach.org, and 1 million teachers of color.
Welcome back to the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Sam Bourquin and Ryan Keller. Good to have you with me today, my friend.
Yeah, this was fun.
I like hanging out and talking sports today and talking about stuff. It's fun. We almost, our friends at Q92 almost lost their tent and their speaker and everything else. Quick moves over there by the fellas.
J-Dub and Jake.
Holy smokes. Oh, so we'll be here till 6 o'clock tonight. Don't forget we got the news and the weather coming up.
You'll be here.
You like how I did that? You're not taking the bait, are you? He's out of here. He's going to the Shriney's civic dinner.
I'm gonna change into my suit in a parking lot somewhere.
20 years ago, Keller, I'd have done that without thinking about it. Now I'm not even that. I would have to do a week of yoga.
Yeah.
So I could change into a suit in the car.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you right, you're lucky today because it's cool and it's breezy, so you're not going to be dying of heat.
I'm good.
While you're trying to.
My wife's bringing me my bag, and it's got some deodorant. It's got some cologne and my suit, and we'll be good to go.
That's your NFL tie?
No, I couldn't find it. So I'm actually not wearing a tie tonight.
That's okay.
I'm going kind
You're going
of
casual.
Yeah,
business casual.
I got a nice striped shirt. It'll be good. I'll send you a picture.
Yeah, perfect. Send me some photos.
There you go.
From the festivities. Now, since you've been such a big help, I was going to have you call from the Civic Center, but we're good. I don't want you to relax. You've done enough work. You should have seen my guy last night. My back.
Yeah.
My legs. You were ready for the ice bath.
I got home, took 2 Tylenol PM, and hit the sack.
And right back up and at it again today. Hey, we're looking forward to seeing all of you on the parade route tomorrow. I think we're 33rd, 34th, 35th, and 36th in the parade tomorrow as we come down Cleveland Avenue. So be on the lookout for AM 1310 WDPN and our friends at Q92. We'll have 4 convertibles tomorrow coming down Cleveland Avenue. The big parade, and we are looking forward to that. I believe it steps off at 8 o'clock, and we'll be coming down Cleveland, so make sure you wave and hoot and holler and scream and say nice things, and we'll be looking forward to that. Of course, then we got the enshrinement tomorrow at 1 to 4. Hey, how you doing out there, buddy? We've got the big concert on Sunday night with Nickelback. I do believe that is very close to being sold out.
That's awesome.
I think that's going to be a great night, and we'll be out and about. So stop and say hello to us wherever you see us, and have a terrific Hall of Fame weekend, because it only comes around once a year. Put your arms around it, embrace it, enjoy it. because it'll be another 48 days before it happens again. All right, I'm going to give you what is this? I'll give you the parting shot.
Parting shot?
Before you leave at 5 o'clock today. You got, let me see how much time.
Put me on the
Oh,
spot.
sorry, time is up here, and we have to go. The news and weather is coming up next to the top of the hour. It's the Sam Bourquin Show. Have a good time at the dinner, my friend.
Thank you. It was great to be on here.
We'll talk to y'all here in a couple of minutes. Actually, we'll talk to you in about 13 minutes. AM 1310, WDPN. Sam Bourquin Keller from the Pro Football Hall of Fame. It's Fan Fest. Stay with us.
An important part of the Alliance community since 1953. You're listening to AM 1310, WDPN Alliance.
ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. After a weaker than expected jobs report showing 73,000 hires for July and downward revisions for June and May job numbers, President Trump has fired the Labor and Statistics Commissioner, claiming the numbers were fake.
Erica McIntyre, a government economist for much of her career, was confirmed by the Senate early last year, 86-8. The bureau she led was created by Congress to study labor and economic trends in 1884, and its chief is appointed to a 4-year term. But the law places no restrictions on the president's power to remove a BLS commissioner. Still, Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer was sharply critical of Trump's move, coming just hours after the July jobs report was released.
Instead of trying to fix the economy, he shoots the messenger.
Stephen Portnoy, ABC News, Washington.
In Montana, police and federal agents are responding to an active shooter at the Anaconda Deer Lodge, that's north of Butte. Former Colombian President Alvaro Uribe was sentenced today to 12 years of house arrest for witness tampering and bribery. This is ABC News.
Our daughter Jessie loves playing detective.
A clue.
But since we discovered she has sensitive skin, we've been playing detective too.
We thought the problem was our puppy.
But it was actually our old detergent.
Aha.
So we switched to Tide Free and Gentle. Tide Free and Gentle provides an excellent Tide clean, and it doesn't leave behind irritating residues like dyes or perfumes, so it's gentle on your skin.
Case closed.
If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Free and Gentle.
Popsicles, sprinklers, a cool breeze. Talk about refreshing. You know what else is refreshing this summer? A brand new phone with Verizon. Yep, get a new phone on any plan with Select Phone Trade-In and My Plan. And lock down a low price for 3 years on any plan with My Plan. This is a deal for everyone, whether you're a new or existing customer. Swing by Verizon today for our best phone deals. 3-year price guarantee applies to then current base monthly rate only. Additional terms and conditions apply for all offers.
Now, the latest Alliance area news from Jeff Mears on AM 1310 WDPN.
Good afternoon. It's 5:02. 153 people at the Trilogy Plastics plants in Alliance are out of a job. During its second quarter earnings report, Akron-based Myers Industries announced Thursday it will permanently close both West Main Street facilities. State and city officials were notified through a notice filed under the WARN Act. Myers purchased Trilogy Plastics in 2021. It expects all jobs will be eliminated by the end of the year. Most positions will be cut between September 30th and October 14th. Production from the facilities will be consolidated into other Myers locations. Unemployment is up slightly in Stark County. Ohio Job and Family Services reports the June jobless rate was 5.1%. It was 4.8% the previous month and 5.2% in June 2024. In Carroll County, unemployment rose to 5.1%. It was up to 5.6% in Columbiana County and Mahoning County. Portage counties saw an uptick to 5.1%. Ohio's figure was unchanged at 4.9%. A man has been sentenced to 29 years to life in prison for a fatal shooting at a Canton Township bar. 26-year-old Samuel Shank of Canton was handed the sentence today by Stark County Common Pleas Judge Taryn Heath. On Thursday, he was found guilty of murder, felonious assault, and abduction charges stemming from the March 24th slaying of 75-year-old Phil Harris of Canton. Prosecutors say Shank was involved in an argument with the Vietnam War veteran when he shot him twice at the old Landmark Tavern. Shank also held customers at gunpoint and wouldn't allow them to leave. His defense attorney argued unsuccessfully at trial that his client acted in self-defense. A fatal crash leads to an indictment against a former Stark County and Ohio State University football star. 40-year-old Kirk Barton is free on $500,000 bond. He was charged with aggravated vehicular homicide in the death of a 24-year-old man June 21st. Police said Barton had slurred speech and admitted drinking alcohol before the crash on West Bridge Street in Dublin. He allegedly was driving on the wrong side of the road at a high rate of speed just before 3 a.m. Barton also faces 2 counts of OVI. A rail replacement project in Stark County will move forward. Over 19,000 feet of continuous weld rail will be replaced thanks to financial help from the Ohio Rail Development Commission. It approved a $1 million grant to Ohio Central Railroad. A turnout in Beach City will be upgraded and 3 grade crossing surfaces will be rehabilitated. The rail section dates to between 1925 and 1941. Ohio Central Railroad operates track between Zanesville and Brewster, mainly handling interchange traffic with the Wheeling and Lake Erie Railway. It says the traffic has increased significantly since 2019. The entire project will cost $2.1 million. An October 15th arraignment was requested for 44-year-old Matthew Elser. The former East Liverpool police officer is charged with telecommunications harassment, aggravated menacing, retaliation, intimidation, and unlawful restraint. He was secretly indicted after investigators say he threatened and harassed 4 people, including Columbiana County Municipal Court Judge Timothy McNichol. A competency evaluation was requested. Disagreement continues between the city of Salem and Perry Township over a proposed joint economic development agreement. The measure concerns future annexations. The Morning Journal reports both parties met to discuss the proposal Wednesday. Some officials expressed concerns about the division of services and the percentage of proposed tax revenue splits. Another joint session is planned in a few weeks. 70% of income tax revenue collected from property would be retained by the city. The remaining 30% would be paid to the township. Property tax revenue would be evenly split by both entities. The city would take over emergency services for annexed properties, but the municipalities would maintain mutual aid agreements. An internal survey of the Youngstown Police Department shows nearly 85% of officers feel the city's administration doesn't support them. It also reports 100% don't believe they have the backing of city council. Nearly half of the officers who took part in the poll say they plan to resign or retire within the next 12 months. They cite poor leadership, high stress, and burnout. Mayor Tito Brown tells WKBN-TV police locally and nationally have a difficult job to do. He also says city officials want to do whatever they can to help, and he supports them. A Youngstown man who pleaded guilty to vehicular assault and leaving the scene of an accident is given a 3-year jail sentence. A pickup truck driven by 47-year-old Herman Posey struck a teenager at Bennington Avenue on Parker Street near East High School last September 20th. The 16-year-old victim was hospitalized with serious injuries. Speed cameras and surveillance video were used to find the vehicle. Investigators are looking into the cause of a fire that damaged a home in Boardman Township this morning. Around 9 a.m., firefighters responded to the Winterberry Drive address after a woman was awakened by smoke detectors. She escaped without injury. Crews quickly put out the blaze, which started in the basement. Officials say there was significant damage. Firefighters from Canfield and Poland assisted at the scene. Trumbull County Prosecutor Dennis Watkins is voicing opposition to parole for a man convicted of a 1975 murder in Warren. He calls 72-year-old Pompey Wade Jr. a psychopathic killer who has expressed no remorse. The Ohio Parole Board is scheduled to hear his case this month. Wade was convicted of aggravated murder and attempted murder stemming from the December 1975 robbery of a beverage store. 51-year-old Dominic Chiarella and 23-year-old Fred Pearsall were employees of the business when they were shot by Wade. Chiarella was killed, but Pearsall survived his wounds. Wade was sentenced to death, but the sentence was commuted to life in prison in 1978. He was on parole for a 1972 murder in Warren at the time of the crime. One of the people accused of helping the suspect of a police shooting in Mifflin Township escape is sentenced. Caitlin Mellon pleaded guilty to obstructing justice. She was sentenced to 3 years of probation. Mellon was one of 8 people charged with allegedly helping Devontae Dixon escape authorities for hours after a shooting that left 2 Mifflin Township police officers injured. On May 28th, 2 officers were conducting a traffic stop because the driver was starting and stopping at intersections. After questioning the driver for about 4 minutes, Dixon, who was a passenger, got out of the car and started running. As the officers pursued, authorities said Dixon pulled out a gun and fired at them. One officer was struck multiple times. The other was hit once in the right arm. Police said Mellon and 7 others helped disguise Dixon and move him to different locations to avoid arrest. Attorney General Dave Yost has announced his pick for Ohio Solicitor General, the state's top attorney for appeals in state and federal courts. Yost chose Mathura Sridharan for the role following the departure of her predecessor, Elliot Gazer, who President Trump tapped to lead the Justice Department's Office of Legal Counsel. Sridharan, an Ohio native, has served as a Deputy Solicitor General since 2021. She will take the helm once Gazer is sworn into his new position this month. In February 2024, Sridharan argued before the U.S. Supreme Court successfully, challenging the EPA's so-called Good Neighbor Plan. In 2022, she defended Ohio's standards for foster care maintenance payments. The following year, Yost named her director of Ohio's 10th Amendment Center, a division of the Office to Defend Ohioans Against Unlawful Federal Policies and to preserve separation of powers between state and federal government. Taking a look at Wall Street, the Dow Jones Industrial Average closed today at 43,588, down 542 points. The Nasdaq Composite dropped 472 points, ending at 20,650, and the S&P 500 closed at 6,238, down 101 points. It's 74 degrees in Alliance at 5:09. This is the local edition of WDPN News. I'm Jeff Mears.
Now, the Alliance Area Weather Forecast on AM 1310 WDPN.
Sunny and breezy conditions in the forecast for this afternoon with a high around 78 degrees. For tonight, mostly clear skies, a low 52. Saturday, sunshine, a high near 79. More sun on Sunday with a high near 82. Monday, sunny, a high of 85. That's your WDPN weather.
Live from the AM 1310 WDPN studio, it's time for live and local sports talk. It's the Sam Bourquin Show.
I'm ready.
Give the show a call at 330-821-1310.
Good call, meatball.
Watch the Sam Bourquin Show on the AM 1310 Facebook page, the Q92 YouTube page, and on X. This is the Sam Bourquin Show on AM 1310 WDPN.
Chargers going to go for it on 4th and 2. And it's Lance throwing up top, touchdown. Brought in by Will Dissly. He had 2 last year. And the 8th-year tight end out of Reynolds. Good cut inside. And Craig Reynolds takes it in for a Detroit touchdown. In the air, left field. All the way back. They tied it! 8 runs on 8 straight hits off the mat. It's 11-11. Down the fly ball. This carries back. It keeps carrying back. It is gone! Cal Raleigh with a rainmaker just over the wall in right field. Down the fly ball. This carries back. It keeps carrying back. It is gone! Cal Raleigh with a rainmaker just over the wall in right field.
Last night. Actually, only hit 1. But hey, what the heck? Little extra for Cal. The big dumper, as they call it. Welcome back to the Sam Bourquin Show as we are situated and getting ready to roll here for our final hour. Live from the Pro Football Hall of Fame here on AM 1310 WDPN. I want to thank Keller for joining me in the first couple of hours today. He had to literally run out of here, meet his wife, get his suit, change in the car, and get to the Gold Jacket dinner at the Civic Center. So I appreciate Keller hanging out with us here today. Always fun to have, little somebody to bounce stuff off of when you're on remote. We're not taking phone calls today. We will be taking calls when we get back into studio on Monday at 3 here on 1310 WDPN. But you can text the program today with 330-924-7088. We will be with you until 6 o'clock tonight here live at the Pro Football Hall of Fame. You can see in the behind me the background, Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium. That will be the site for the big day tomorrow for the enshrinement ceremonies, which will be happening beginning at 1 o'clock. I believe it's like a 3-hour window tomorrow, 1 until 4. And then they'll get that all fixed up and turned over and ready to go for the Nickelback concert, which will be Sunday night. And then that'll be it. I mean, wow, it goes fast. It really does go fast. But for those of you that are from out of town and you're listening to the show or watching the show on our social media platforms, you've been recommended by a friend or a relative, we say hello and welcome to the Hall of Fame City, and welcome to 1310 WDPN. It's so good to have you. I've met so many very nice people the last couple of days, not only here at the Fan Fest, but at the football game last night. Had some real nice folks from Detroit just come by here and say hello and say how much they enjoyed the hospitality here in Canton this weekend. And you folks, when I say you folks, I mean Canton, the Hall of Fame, the volunteers, everybody that's involved. And we know we say that every year, but there must be a reason we say it every year, right? Because it's true. couldn't do it without you. And we are very appreciative and happy with our relationship that we have with the Pro Football Hall of Fame here on 1310, and of course our sister station right across over here at Q92. Want to thank Jim Porter and Rich DeRosiers and all the great people that work at the hall, and and trust us to help them promote and get the word out about the great events that are going on. And we certainly love doing it, and we enjoy it. Heck, I mean, gosh, I'm mid-50s guy now, and I love it. I still get excited about it every year, and I still get a little. I get I put the head down. I'm like, oh, it's over. Come Monday, it's like we're kind of back to normal. But hey, August, we're going to be in August here. School will be starting for most within the next 2 to 3 weeks. High school football is going to be coming around. Of course, we'll be getting ready for Mount Union here on 1310 WDPN. We are your radio voice of the Purple Raider football and basketball. Don't forget, we are going to be at St. Harlebus Church. My gosh, that's coming up this week. Next week, we'll be there for the 2025 Start Cutting High School Football Preview Show. I'll be doing my show live there that day from 3 until 6. We'll be talking to all, if not most, of the high school football coaches and some of our sports team here at 1310 and Q92. So we are certainly looking forward to that. Man, forgot about that. See, you get down the road here with the Hall of Fame, and you forget about what's coming up around the corner. So we've got that for you, and of course our high school coverage will begin in a couple of weeks. We've got great games. We've got some great broadcasting teams. Our social media is going to knock it out of the park. You're going to see features and stuff that you haven't never seen as far as high school sports, as far as a production, social media-wise, and streaming and video and radio. And we're very, very proud of that, and we can't wait for you to experience that and for us to show you what we've got. And I think you're really gonna love it. So just kind of keep that in your back pocket here. High school football coverage, Mount Union coverage. We're going to do it to the best that we can. And I think you're really going to enjoy it. So I just want to kind of throw that out there as well. Also want to shout out our good friends at DeHoff's Flowers, Greenhouse, and Landscaping as they continue to celebrate the Carnation City and celebrate the Carnation Festival. And don't forget, the Carnation Grand Parade is coming up a week from tomorrow. So we hope to see all of you as we head down State Street for the Carnation Grand Parade a week from tomorrow. But I just wanted to let you know, if you are looking to get some carnations, now is the time, and DeHoff's Flowers is the place to go. You're not going to get a better price on carnations. Greenhouse, Landscaping, DeHoff's Flowers, they've got them for you right now, a dozen for only $11.95. They're also offering their entire stock of perennials for the special price of 25% off. DeHoff's rose bushes are $5 off, so you can save $5 off on a rose bush. They've got some outstanding deals going on, and it's all happening at DeHoff's Flowers, Greenhouse, and Landscaping in Alliance. And tell them Sammy B said hello and sent you over. And get those carnations, $11.95 for a dozen. That is incredible, especially this time of year as we continue to celebrate Carnation Days in the Carnation City. Just a reminder, we will be with you until 6 o'clock tonight here on the Sam Bourquin Show. Don't forget, coming up here in just a little bit as I try to fight the glare of the sun and read the time on the clock. We will have On This Day in Sports History coming up here in a little bit as we go down memory lane there. And we'll talk a little NFL football. We'll talk about what happened last night at Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium. If you weren't with us last hour, we told you that the lockers in the Guardians clubhouse of Luis Ortiz and Emmanuel Clase have been eliminated. They're gone. Those lockers no longer exist. Like you wouldn't even know those guys pitched for them. And I think they're in big, big trouble. I think they're done. I think they're done. I'm not talking done with the Guardians. They are done with Major League Baseball. That's too bad because that was really, really stupid what both of those guys did. So, hey, I know we live in a world of innocent until proven guilty, but something tells me when you just eliminate their lockers and you wouldn't even know that they were a part of the team. Like the nameplates, it's gone. They're gone. No more Luis Ortiz, no more Emmanuel Clase. It's over. So they're done, and that's too bad because they had a special talent, and they used it. They used it in the wrong way. So the Guardians are going to be back in action tonight and all weekend long as we kind of come down the home stretch here. Remember now, Stephen Kwan, yes, he still is a member of the Cleveland Guardians now moving forward for the rest of the year. We did get rid of Bieber yesterday, and the Guardians also got rid of Paul Sewald, but everybody else will be back. So you talk about how about this for craziness for this weekend? The Guardians and Twins are going to play tonight, Saturday, and Sunday. The Twins, because they made so many deals yesterday at the deadline, they had to call up like 7 minor leaguers just so they had enough to field out a full roster of 25. So I don't know what you're going to get this weekend, but Cleveland, Minnesota, Progressive Field, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Other games on the schedule tonight, Brewers, Nationals, Tigers and Phillies in Philly. That should be a good series this weekend. Kansas City and Toronto, the Blue Jays making moves and getting ready to go for the big one. The Red Sox and the Astros tonight as well. Yankees, Mariners, or Yankees, Marlins, I should say. Giants, Mets, Dodgers, Rays, Pirates, Rockies tonight. Also Sox, Dodgers, or Sox, Angels, Cardinals, Padres, Diamondbacks, A's, and Rangers, Mariners. So it's a full slate. A couple of games that went final from earlier today. The Cubs beat the Orioles 1-0, and the Reds slipped by the Braves by the score of 3-2. Well, I told you. What have I been telling you? Keep your eyes on Terry Francona's Cincinnati Reds. They are now 58-53, and they are playing some pretty good ball now for the old skipper. Telling you, Spencer Steer, Ellie De La Cruz, they got some players, and they made some moves too. They got Key Brian Hayes from the Pittsburgh Pirates a couple of days yesterday. He hit a home run last night, as a matter of fact. So the Reds aren't messing around; they're going for it. So good for them. I'll be rooting them on. Good for Tito and good for Cincinnati. Behind me here at the stadium last night, had a pretty good crowd. I bet you they had 20,000+ here last night, as the Chargers took care of the Lions by the score of 34-7. So they got their extra game out of the way as far as the preseason is concerned, and now they'll get ready for their next 3 before they roll into regular season play here in the National Football League. Let's see here. What else is going on? I wanted to kind of give you a little lay of the land here as far as the schedule that's coming up, as far as the highlights from in and around the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Community Day today going on. Of course, the big fan fest here at the Pro Football Hall of Fame. They got a lot of cool stuff going on tomorrow night over at Jersey's. If you wear your Pro Football Hall of Famer jersey, you get some good stuff going there. We got the Battle of the Bands Sunday. Our friends across the hall at Q92 Radio, big sponsor, big organizer of that event. The Battle of the Bands Sunday, August the 3rd, from noon until 8 p.m. That will be fun. What else is going on here? Bad Juju is playing tomorrow night here. And Follow the Sun is going to be playing on August 3rd. Of course, the big Nickelback show is coming up Sunday night. And if you haven't had a chance to get a ticket for that, I believe there are a few left, but not many as we get closer and closer to that. Also, some of the news around NFL training camps. Marvin Harrison Jr. missed Cardinals camp yesterday. Reported knee soreness. Not sure how long he'll be out, but the Coach Gannon says most likely precautionary and nothing serious. So we wish nothing but good things for the former Buckeye, because it's to watch him play, Marvin Harrison Jr., that's a treat. If you had thought it was a sign that Trey Hendrickson and the Bengals were suddenly on the verge of announcing a new deal, you would be wrong. Hendrickson said late Wednesday his contract situation remains exactly the same despite him being back at training camp. But if the Bengals were smart, they would get things rolling there. Cam Ward looks like he's kind of putting it together a little bit with Tennessee. I think the Dallas Cowboys are going through another one of those Jerry Joneses situations. They got a young man they got to take care of, and that's Micah Parsons. And he is not happy about how they are treating him, how they are treating his contract situation. And again, it appears to me, all the way up here from Canton, Ohio, looking down at Dallas, that's all Jerry Jones. That's all management, and it's just another couple of bad decisions that they've made, not signing the guys that they should to the big contracts. They screw around. They end up, tagging players, and you know what? There's some guys out there that you don't do that with. And it appears to me they're doing it with Micah Parsons, and hopefully they can get that squared away and get him back out there. And, he tweeted out yesterday, one last time GIF on Instagram. Here's a guy, 26 years old, in the prime. I'm thinking Micah Parsons has got, 6 really unbelievable years left in him? Maybe 7, maybe. You've got to get him taken care of. If I was a Cowboy fan right now, I would be really angry. But you know what? It's Jerry, and this kind of stuff happens all the time, and things aren't going to change. I mean, I know we've got it bad with our owner with the Cleveland Browns, but I was thinking about it the other day, and I may have been driving over to the station. When's the last time the Dallas Cowboys did anything? Seriously, when's the last time they won anything, something of substance? When's the last time they even made a deep run into the postseason? I mean, for all the talk and all the publicity and all the, America's team, Cowboys, and the star on the helmet, and Jerry Jones, and the Super Bowl champions of the past, and the tradition, and the excellence, and Big D, and what have the Dallas Cowboys done in such a long period of time? They haven't done anything. They haven't done anything since they won those Super Bowls with Troy and Emmett and Michael. They haven't done anything. I mean, Tony Romo was good. He was decent, put up some decent numbers. Couldn't win the big playoff games. They've gone through a myriad of contract situations that ended up on the wrong side. But yet every year, Cowboys. This is going to be the year we turn it around. The Cowboys are back. Come on. I don't get it. Rainsburg, are we ready for a little On This Day in Sports History?
If you can hear me, I got that music going for you right now.
Okay. There it is. Okay. I couldn't hear it earlier.
It's too low for you, huh?
Yeah, well, my hearing, you should see how high my headphones are set at right now.
No, I know how high they are because I have to set them that here. So
that's right. Okay, here we go. On This Day in Sports History, live from the Pro Football Hall of Fame. On this day in 1945, Mel Ott hit his 500th career home run. How about this? 1972, Joe Namath signed a 2-year contract worth $500,000 with the New York Jets. Broadway Joe cashing in. 1976, the Seattle Seahawks played their first preseason game. They would lose to San Francisco by the score of 27-20. 1978, Pete Rose of the Cincinnati Reds ended his hitting streak of 44 consecutive games. How about this? You tennis fans, on this day in 1986, John McEnroe and Tatum O'Neal got married. On this day in 86, Bert Blyleven became only the 10th pitcher to strike out 3,000 batters in his career. On this day in 1993, Reggie Jackson was admitted into the Baseball Hall of Fame in Cooperstown, New York. And that is on this day in sports history. Here on the Sam Bourquin Show, we will take a break as we continue our live broadcast from the Pro Football Hall of Fame. 2.5 hours in, about 30 minutes to go. Stay with us, everybody, live on AM 1310 WDPN.
Here's the latest news on AM 1310 WDPN.
Good afternoon. It's 5:30. Jeffrey Epstein's former girlfriend, Ghislaine Maxwell, has been moved from a federal prison in Florida to a prison camp in Texas as her criminal case generates renewed public attention. The Federal Bureau of Prisons said today that Maxwell was taken to Bryan, Texas, but did not explain the circumstances. Her attorney confirmed the move, but also declined to discuss the reasons for it. Maxwell was convicted in 2021 of helping Epstein sexually abuse underage girls and was sentenced to 20 years in prison. She had been held at a prison in Tallahassee, Florida, until her transfer to the camp in Texas. A weaker than expected jobs report was released today by the Labor Department. Only 73,000 jobs were added last month, below the 100,000 that analysts were expecting. Jobs were also revised downwards for May and June. Economists say businesses are trying to navigate uncertainty caused by the tariff policies from the Trump administration. Chief economist at Numerator, Leo Fieler, weighs in.
This signals that the economy is really treading water, that a lot of companies are being hesitant, are being nervous about expanding given the current economic environment. They are hiring a lot less. But interestingly, the unemployment rate is only at 4.2% right now, which is historically very low. And I think that has to do with changes in immigration policy that have been limiting the supply of workers joining the labor force or being able to join the labor force.
President Trump's Mideast envoy has visited a food distribution site in the Gaza Strip operated by an Israeli-backed American contractor whose efforts to deliver food to the hunger-stricken territory have been marred by violence and controversy. International experts warned this week that a worst-case scenario of famine is playing out in Gaza. Israel's nearly 22-month military offensive against Hamas has shattered security and made it nearly impossible to safely deliver food to starving people. Mideast envoy Steve Witkoff and U.S. Ambassador to Israel Mike Huckabee today toured a Gaza Humanitarian Foundation distribution site in the city of Rafah, which has been almost completely destroyed and is now a largely depopulated Israeli military zone. Air quality has been poor in the Midwest due to wildfires in Canada. On Thursday, Chicago had the worst air quality in the world, and today, ABC News meteorologist Kenton Jawecki says it's also affecting areas as far away as Colorado.
Denver seeing it pretty badly, but then we have Minnesota, Wisconsin, and parts of Kansas and Missouri that hasn't seen a lot of it yet. They're going to see it today. So expect these lower air qualities. It could actually impact you even if you don't have asthma. You could see it even then.
It's 74 degrees in Alliance at 5:32. This is WDPN News. I'm Jeff Mears.
Here's the latest forecast on AM 1310 WDPN.
Today's forecast calling for sunny skies, breezy with a high near 78 degrees. Tonight, mostly clear and cool, a low around 52. Saturday, sunny, a high near 79. Sunshine on Sunday with a high near 82. Monday, sun continuing, a high near 85. That's your WDPN weather.
Hi, my name is Lillian Ronsky, and it was my pleasure to serve Alliance as the 2024 Miss Congeniality. Come join us as we celebrate Alliance at the Grand Parade, sponsored by Alliance Ventures and Huntington Bank. The parade, alive with marching bands, queens, and floats, steps off at 11 a.m. on Saturday, August 9th from State Street at the First Friends Church. Hope to see you there as we celebrate Alliance and the Carnation Festival.
Hunter Lift in North Lima is welcoming our community children back to school. Kids, be focused. hit the books, and stay involved with sports and extracurricular activities. Education is a positive experience. Remember to have some good, clean fun along the way, too. This from Hunter Lift on South Avenue in North Lima. Specialists in below-the-hook lifting devices and material handling solutions. Call 330-549-3347.
We're with Bridget, whose husband won't be home for months, and whose daughter is due any day. We're with Mike, who's leaving home to protect his family and yours. We're with all service members and their families who need community, connection, and maybe a bit of magic. Are you with them? Learn more at uso.org today.
Are live at the Pro Football Hall of Fame. We've got about 25 minutes or so before we say goodbye. The Fan Fest also will be wrapping up at 6 o'clock tonight. And we found, we got our winners for the enshrinement tickets, so congratulations. We'll try to get them over here maybe as soon as they finish up getting their tickets over there. So, they still got plenty of food and plenty of drink. They still got some entertainment going on here. So if you're on 77 and you're hungry and thirsty, man, all you got to do is just get off Fulton Road over here and boom, you're here. It's free. Free to come in. Just got to pay for your food and drink. That's all. It's a good deal. They got some great stuff here today. I went down and saw our good friends at Uncle Bacon's Barbecue. Love their stuff. Then I went over to Almost Heaven and bought ice cream for the boys. And so it's good. And this Fan Fest, by the way, it's going to be going on all weekend. So you want to make sure you come on out here and enjoy everything that they have to offer. Of course, the enshrinement is coming up Saturday. And that's tomorrow at 1 o'clock right behind me here at Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium. Of course, the big concert with Nickelback on Sunday. Tonight, it's the Enshrinees Civic Dinner, the Gold Jacket Dinner. I believe that is already kind of underway, the pre-show, if you will. So I know a lot of folks are already there getting ready for the big dinner. And guys will get their jackets, and that'll be cool. What a great class, too. Small but mighty, right? Antonio Gates, Eric Allen, Jared Allen, and Sterling Sharp going into the hallowed halls here in Canton. And 4 more busts will be going in late tomorrow afternoon, early evening, when everything is all done. So congratulations to the class. And, man, when you can make it to a sports Hall of Fame, a league's Hall of Fame, you are living right. You are doing right. And that is so cool. You think about, boy, the wind is getting wild here.
Sam, I see that camera wiggling back and forth. Right? Yeah, I can see it.
Holy, and of course we took the tent down again.
Yeah, no, nothing's stopping it
because
now.
It was so windy, and now it's just like it's a wind tunnel. But anyhow, you think about playing a sport, and I don't care what the sport is, but you think about playing football, growing up playing basketball, baseball, hockey, wrestling, tennis, soccer. How many of us, when we started, said, you know what? I want to get to the Hall of Fame. I want to get to the Football Hall of Fame in Canton. I want to get to the Baseball Hall of Fame in Cooperstown. I want to get to the Basketball Hall of Fame in Springfield. How many people think of that? About that many. But it's that group that is willing to work and work and work and put in the blood, the sweat, the tears, the time, sacrificing. It just doesn't happen like that. You have got to be committed to your craft. You have got to be passionate about what you're doing. You have got to put everything else aside. And sometimes it hurts. You got to, you miss time with family. Maybe you miss time with your kids growing up. You miss moments that you've waited a lifetime to have, maybe since you became a parent or what have you. But that's what this is all about. This is about your drive to be the best. It's the drive to be number one. It's the drive to be talked about in the mix of excellence. And that's what these guys do. They set out to play the sport of football. Could be Mighty Mites. Could be flag football. When you're starting real young, you just want to go out there and throw the ball around. And then you get a little bit older. You get a little bit bigger. You get a little bit faster. You get a little bit stronger. And then you figure out and you start to understand, hey, this is what it's going to take. If I want to get here or if I want to go here, this is what it's going to take. This is what it's going to be all about. And you start thinking about making sacrifices. You start thinking about putting in extra hours. You start thinking about taking away from some of the good things in life, some of the fun things in life, and working hard, working extra, putting in double, triple the time that you normally would just to be good. You're putting in that time because you want to be great. And even after all of that, sometimes you don't even make it here, let alone up here. And as for the select few, I don't know offhand how many. I think we have 300. I'm guessing we have like 330. I could be off a little bit. I'm just going to, for the sake of the discussion, I'm going to say there's 330 in the neighborhood members behind me at the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Think about that. From the kids that start playing football at 5 or 6 years old, 7, 8 years old, all over the country, all over the world, and 300 plus. That's it. That's all that's made it to the Pro Football Hall of Fame. All the little league football, all the Mighty Mite football, all the junior high football, the grade school football, the high school football, the college football. Think about that. 330 plus in the Hall of Fame. That's how good you have to be. That's how dedicated you have to be. And some guys just kind of don't have that. Or they get to a point and they hit a wall and they can't. And they get burned out. You just don't want to put the time in anymore. Or maybe some come to the realization that, you know what, this just isn't going to work. This isn't going to happen for me. I'm good. I might be very good, but I'm never going to be able to play in the pros. And you kind of you move on. You turn that page, you turn that chapter of the book in life, and you move on to your next thing. But for the guys that make it, for the guys that get to the NFL, and for the guys that are I don't want to say lucky to stay healthy, because there is a little bit of luck involved there, but to stay healthy, to be available, to play year in, year out, to have a career. My gosh, what's the average career? 3.5 years, maybe, maybe 4. I don't know. But think about it. If you can get 8 years, 10 years, 12 years, some guys play 13, 14, 15 years. Not a lot, but some of them do. And once you get to that peak, that pinnacle, then you start hearing the whispers. Hey, that guy could be going to Canton. That guy's got Hall of Fame numbers. look at all the Pro Bowls, look at all the All-Pros, look at the stats, look at the tackles, look at the yards, look at the catches, look at the passes, look at everything that's involved. And you start the number crunch, and you start to look at years played, wins, losses, teams, Super Bowls, championship games. And you say, you know what? That guy's got it. Those guys have it. And before you know it, the career kind of winds down a little bit. And then it overcomes them because they know that it's about to stop. And for some guys, it's really hard. We've seen guys struggle once they retire. It's a whole new avenue that they don't know about or didn't want to know about or wanted to put off for as long as they could because they were, you can still kind of be a kid a little bit when you're playing sports, right? The camaraderie, the hugging, the fist pounds, the high fives, the embraces, the tears, the laughs. It's hard to walk away from all that. And once you finally do, you look back and say, man, that was okay stuff. When that career starts to wind down, but then you know there's one more thing still out there. And if you're really, really good, it'll come 5 years after you retire. If you're really good, you might have to wait. You might have to wait 6, 8, 10, 12, 15, 20, 25, 30 years. You might go in you might go in a completely different category. Okay? You might go in, as a coach, you might go in as a contributor, but for your player, sometimes you might have to wait decades before you get in. But let me tell you, for whoever that is, they'll tell you every time it was worth the wait. They wish it would have come faster. They thought it would have come quicker, but it's worth the wait. And you see it with the outpouring of emotion when they talk about growing up playing the game. You see about it when they talk about playing for their families, when they're thanking their families. And it's pretty touching and pretty moving. And I kind of want to, bring that all full circle because behind me tomorrow, when those 4 Hall of Famers make those speeches, you may see some tears. You'll hear some laughs. You'll see some watery eyes in the audience because they talk about everything that led to them getting their gold jacket, about getting their bust into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. And for some guys, it all hits them. It's like 30 pounds coming off their shoulder. And it's kind of a cool thing. I've seen a lot of people in the audience just break down and cry because the enshrinee is crying, talking about his life and about how his family and friends helped him get where he was. Or maybe it was a teacher. Maybe it was a high school coach. Maybe it was a relative. Maybe it was a guardian. Whoever helped them get to where they are. And it all kind of comes full circle. And it's cool for us because when it comes full circle for these Hall of Famers, wherever they come from, it all ends right. It all stops here. It all culminates here in Canton. And now this is their home. They may have been born in Miami. They may have been born in Bismarck, South Dakota. They may have grown up in New York City. They may have spent time in California. But this is their home here. This is it. This is where the story takes them, and this is where the final chapter is. And that's why you see everybody get so emotional. And I've heard a million times, you will hear from Hall of Famers of the past that the year that they went in, they didn't really get to enjoy it because it was such a blur. Because they got you going morning, noon, and night. That's just part of the deal. From the parade to dinners to autograph signings to appearances to this to that, they're not getting any sleep. You're not getting any time to stop and smell the roses. you try. You do what you can. But they always say when they come back the following year, or if they wait a couple of years and come back, then they get it. They really understand, hey, man, this is what I just went through. This is what I just experienced. And I didn't know I was going through all this stuff. I wasn't having all these feelings when it was going on because it just went that fast. Now they get it. They had a chance to slow down. They got a chance to kind of rewind everything a little bit. And maybe or one of their kids or a friend or, hey, you remember when you went through that? And they're like, nope. Didn't have time to even think about it. Didn't really have time to enjoy it. Now I get it. Now I understand it. And you know what else hits them then? They're like, yeah, I'm going to come back here. I'm going to come back here every year that I can because I've had so much fun. The people treat us like royalty, and we're coming back. And I'm going to bring my family back, and we're going to enjoy Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm going to sign autographs. I'm going to take pictures with fans. I'm going to go back into the Hall of Fame. I'm going to go look at all the busts of the Hall of Famers. I'm going to get together with my brothers as we grew up and played the game that we loved. That's why they come back. That's exactly why they come back. And we love having you back. We love having everybody back. And that's why it's cool, no matter what the size of the class is for that year, it's always cool to me to see that 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130 Hall of Famers come back to Canton, Ohio, because that's what it means to them. I was watching the Baseball Hall of Fame enshrinement in Cooperstown on TV, couple little excerpts of it last weekend. And I got the little feel of Canton as I was sitting there watching because they had their master ceremonies, who is, I believe it's Brian Kenny from MLB Network. And he had the list of all the Hall of Famers. And he read about 2 or 3 lines on each one, and they would come out, they'd get their applause, they'd wave to the crowd, they'd go sit back behind, he would call the next Baseball Hall of Famer out, and so on. And I thought, yep, this feels like Canton. This is exactly like Canton. And that's why guys always come back to Canton. That's why they always go back to Cooperstown, and they go back to the other cities of the Hall of Fame because they enjoy it so much. And when they get inducted their particular year, they kind of miss out on some stuff because I'm telling you, from the time the alarm clock goes until the eyelids close, it's a blur. And it just goes so fast you really can't enjoy it. And that's why everybody comes back. And we're glad everybody comes back. And again, if you're from out of town and you're here and you're listening to our show today or you're watching on social media, AM 1310 WDPN or Q92 radio page on YouTube, we welcome you here too. We're glad you're here. Enjoy the heck out of it. Whether you're here for a day, you're here for a week, or you're here for a weekend. Make Canton your second home and make sure you come back and see us as well. All right, we're going to take a break. I believe we are close to 5:52.
We are close to 5:53, Sam.
We're close to thank you because like the glare of the sun on the phones and the tablet, I'm just kind of going by the sundial what time it is.
Yeah,
so I was close.
I can see it on the back of your shoulders. It's making the camera's white balance go all crazy sometimes.
Oh, yeah. So we will take our final break. We are broadcasting live from FanFest 25 here at the beautiful Pro Football Hall of Fame as the big Hall of Fame weekend festivities continue. Again, we're here till 6 o'clock tonight. A lot more going on all weekend long. Make sure you're checking us out on all the social media platforms and check out ProFootballHof.com as well. We'll take our final break. We'll come back and close things out on a beautiful, beautiful Friday afternoon here in the Hall of Fame city of Canton. It's the Sam Bourquin Show. You're locked in. AM 1310 WDPN. Stay with us.
When something happens to your car, you might say,
ugh, come on.
Seriously?
This is so extra.
But what you could say is,
like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Your local State Farm agent is available when and where you need them, online, over the phone, or even in person. State Farm agents are here to answer your questions and help you file your claim.
This is so extra.
Get someone who can actually help. Contact State Farm agent Rich Plack today.
Hi, my name is Abrielle Walker. I am Carnation Queen contestant number 5, sponsored by the Brick House. The Houston Brumbaugh Nature Center is offering hike and seek tours on Sunday, August 3rd from 1 to 5 p.m. This is an interesting and fun way to enjoy the Carnation Festival.
Do you have trouble getting in and out of the bathtub? Are you afraid you'll slip and fall entering or exiting a tub? Safe Step walk-in tubs can transform your bathtub from an area of concern to a calming refuge. Call them today at 1-800-498-2098 and save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs and showers are proudly made in Tennessee and offer an ultra-low step-in, avoiding that difficult climb over a traditional bathtub wall. They also offer a variety of therapeutic benefits that may help soothe your aching muscles and joints, increasing your mobility, boosting your energy, and improving your sleep. Safe Step walk-in tubs are designed to easily fit your existing tub space and are often installed in as little as one day. Just dial 1-800-498-2098 today to save $1,600 and receive a free shower package. That's 1-800-498-2098 for a free no-obligation consultation and to save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs. Safety never felt so good.
Mama, what does the chicken say? Dog. Cat. Giraffe.
Giraffe, really? Giraffe.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff, like making sure your kids are buckled correctly in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right.
Visit NHTSA.gov/the right seat.
Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
We get it almost.
Sam Bourquin Show, AM 1310 WDPN. Don't forget to like, share, comment, follow all of our social media platforms. AM 1310 WDPN on Facebook, on X, Instagram, and don't forget to leave a comment for us on the Q92 radio page on YouTube. Well, we got a lot of fun today. I want to thank Keller for joining me for the first 2 hours today. got to see a lot of Hall of Famers walking around today. Again, they're just going here, going there, going everywhere. They're busy, busy, busy. The dinner, I believe, getting close to be getting underway down at the Civic Center in downtown Canton. Big parade tomorrow. Hey, I'm looking forward to seeing everybody at the parade tomorrow. We are going to be units 33, 34, 35, and 36, I believe, between 1310 WDPN and our sister station Q92. So when we're coming down Cleveland Avenue, make sure you look for us and wave and scream and holler and all those good things, and we'll hoot and holler and scream and holler and wave right back to you. So we'll be coming down Cleveland Avenue tomorrow. The parade steps off at 8 a.m. Look for us in the grand parade tomorrow. Boy, it's going to be a long day tomorrow, but it's going to be fun. It's going to be a short night's sleep too. I've got the alarm set for 5:15. I probably better set another one for 5:20 just in case. But tomorrow's going to be a busy day, but it's going to be fun. You don't even think about it. We got the parade tomorrow, the enshrinement. We've got our shuttle stops going on tomorrow. We'll be meeting and greeting a lot of you. If you're around the Hall of Fame campus tomorrow, heading over to the enshrinement or heading over to the Hall of Fame or coming over here to Fan Fest, so be on the lookout for us. We'll be giving away some great prizes tomorrow and having some fun with you, playing a little trivia and doing some things. So make sure you come peppy and happy and ready to go, because tomorrow's going to be a long day but a very fun day here on the campus of the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Sunday, the tailgate event over at they used to call it the Round Table. They've changed it. That's going to be at the Civic Center Sunday. That's always a fun event. Then the big concert. A lot of us will be back here Sunday, late afternoon, early evening, playing a little trivia, giving out prizes, and doing some cool stuff with you. So, hey, we're ready, and we hope you are too. Again, follow us on all our social media platforms. You may show up on there. in a picture or a video. You might be a big prize winner. So hang out with us and have some fun here this weekend as it's 2025 Hall of Fame week. And man alive, it is certainly going very, very quickly. All right. I believe my phone says 5:59. So I believe Phil should be warming up here in the background. There he is. I can hear it very faintly, but there it is. Want to thank Ryan Rainsberg. Always a little tougher to do producing duties on a remote broadcast. Ryan did a great job today. We appreciate his efforts. We want to thank Keller for joining us early in the show. We want to thank Jake for doing a great job today with all the grunt work that he has to do. Thank you all for listening and commenting and texting. No calling today. We'll have the phones rolling for you Monday beginning at 3 here on AM 1310 WDPN, and we'll get together then. Hey, this is not it, though. We will see you all weekend long. Make sure you say hello, and let's have some fun this big football weekend. Happy Hall of Fame, everybody. That'll do it here for the Pro Football Hall of Fame, the Sam Bourquin Show, AM 1310 WDPN. And don't forget, go Bucks, go Cavs, go Guards, go Browns. Good night, everybody. Have a great weekend. We'll see you around town.